Welcome to Nimmin Live, the #1 place on the internet for content creators to learn about YouTube, hang out with other YouTubers, and have an awesome time doing it. My name is Nick Nimmin. I am joined today with my brother D. D, how are you?
Well, I'm just gonna let the cat out of the bag in case they don't know. We're giving away Vid Summit tickets today.
Man, that was a pretty fast cat out of the bag. I haven't even gotten to the show notes yet.
Yeah, we're giving away Vid Summit tickets. I'm just letting it go.
He's just putting it all in there.
It's inside, and I couldn't hold it. My shirt was filling up like a balloon, and I felt like I was gonna pop.
Yeah, and you're like, I gotta get it out there.
Vid Summit, we're giving away in-person Vid Summit tickets. So you can actually go there. We're giving away virtual tickets.
Yes.
Follow that.
Yeah, and the details of that are going to come up right here in a second. But first, I just want to say that I hope everybody had a fantastic week. Hope everything's going awesome on your YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, what we do in this live stream is basically we have a lot of banter back and forth. But in addition to that,
you have banter.
So here's what goes down. We have a lot of banter back and forth. I try to share information. He tries to derail me the whole time. And then he shares information, and then I'll try to derail him from time to time as well. But it's more like a Nick rail, I guess, maybe. I don't know how that would work out. But basically what we do here is
that doesn't work.
We answer your YouTube questions. So how this whole thing goes down is we have a form down in the description below. And in that form, you can get your question into that form, and then with that being in there, we're answering those in the order that they come in. So if you have a question about YouTube and something that you are trying to understand better about YouTube, then make sure that you leave it down in the form below. And if you don't have a question, I encourage you still to make sure that you hang out, that you enjoy the stream, because by listening to other people's questions and listening to the advice that we give to other people, then you're going to also learn a ton about YouTube just by hanging out here in the show. I also want to say that everybody in the chat here, or most people in the chat at least, are content creators. So you are in the room with your people, so to speak. Everybody here is, trying to do what you're doing. They're dealing with the same type of struggles that you are and all that good stuff.
What do you mean your people?
So these are your folks, so to speak. So feel free to interact and get to know each other as well. So
talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves, yes. So what I want to get into here really quick is the very first line of business here is I want to congratulate D on 50,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. So Friday, was it, right?
Yesterday, yeah.
So Friday, D crossed 50,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. Again, we've already done this, but again, congratulations, D, for 50,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. Whoop, whoop.
That was a big one for me.
It is, man. It's a big one for everybody.
Like we were talking about. So you're stoked to get your first 100 and your first 1,000 and whatever, right? But then you get to 50,000. And then it's like, man, I really the next one's just 100,000.
Yeah.
I'm not really
there's not a bunch of celebrations in the middle.
Right. 60,000. It's like, okay,
yeah,
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I'm going for the play button.
Right. It's the next step.
I'm going to hang the play button over here.
Yep. It's the next step. Launchpad Astronomy, another note here, also crossed 30,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. So high five and fist bump to you,
way to
Christian. I also want to say that Hybrid Steel, I don't even know if he's in the chat right now or not, but he is one of the moderators here on Nimmin Live. He just had a birthday, so I just want to give a big happy birthday to Mike Hybrid Steel. Happy birthday to you, my friend. I also want to let you know that for all of you content creators out there, because a lot of times we get a question about, and it's probably one in the forum already right now, but people saying, hey, I want to live stream to YouTube on my phone, but I don't know how to do it because I have less than 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, and I still want to be able to stream, but YouTube has taken away my ability and so on. I just want to let you know that D just put out a video. There's a link to his channel down in the description below, but he just put out a video sharing how you can actually do that on your phone, even if you have a channel under 1,000 subscribers. So just as a heads up to that. Also, I want to let you know, and I've just got a few more things here left. I also want to let you know that I would like to invite you to join our Creators Advantage Workshop October 13th through 15th in Los Angeles. Brian G. Johnson and myself, Brian G. Johnson, who's the author of this book over here, this book right here, he and I are basically going to be training you one-on-one with how to do all this stuff. So we're going to look at your channel. We're going to get into your analytics and how all of this stuff applies to you. And we're also going to take you through a full training as well. So I encourage you to check out the information for that down in the description below. And in terms of the Vid Summit giveaway.
Hold on. That's one-on-one training.
Yeah.
In the same room, you and Brian G.
Yep. Working it out with people.
So basically people are going to say, okay, in a classroom.
Yeah.
Like, all right, what do I do?
Yes.
How do I succeed on YouTube?
Yep.
And you and Brian are going to share your secrets.
Yeah. And it's not just general information.
And it's not just the stuff you see on your channel.
Right.
It's like
hey,
diving in
this
deep.
is how this information pertains to you and your YouTube channel.
Right. So you're going to be looking at their channels.
Yep.
You'll be looking at their analytics to see where they're missing out on.
Yeah, everything.
So it's basically just like you are helping them essentially one-on-one.
Yes.
To do that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a handful of other people that are going to be there too, because we're limiting the amount of people that are going to be there.
I might sit in on that.
Yeah, you should. You definitely should. And
hey,
I'm
guys,
sure you're going to be helping on the mobile side too.
Help me.
Right? But in addition to that,
analytics.
In addition to that, I do want to let you know also.
Hey, Zach dropped a super chat.
That I also.
Where'd it go? Yeah.
Oh, there it is. I see it. Said, good morning, gentlemen. Have a good one. Love your faces. Cheers. Zach Talks Tech. Thank you very much for the super chat. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Also want to let you know that I just launched a podcast. So if you want to learn about YouTube on the go, D, if you want to put that graphic up there.
Hold on.
If you want to learn about YouTube on the go, it's called Comments Over Coffee. I've got a link down in the description below to where you can get it on Apple or you can get it on Spotify. But if you look for Comments Over Coffee on any of your favorite podcasting platforms, then you are going to find the podcast. So make sure that you check that out if you want to learn about YouTube over a cup of coffee.
Over a cup of coffee.
Now,
and let's talk about the little voice intro on that.
Yeah, that's Neil. Another moderator here. Another friend of the community.
What's it? His new channel is called what? Urban
Explorer.
Urban Explorer.
Yep, Urban Explorer. Shane, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate it very much. Thank you. So Shane, Urban Explorer, he is the voiceover and he actually does the intro and the outro of the podcast, and he does a fantastic job with that.
You missed
the way.
You missed some super chats early on.
Did I? Let me scroll up the thing here and let me see what I missed.
A couple before we went live, and then one once as soon as we went live.
Okay, and while we're going through this, just as a heads up, make sure if you have a question about YouTube and what it is you're trying to do on YouTube, that you put it in the form in the description down below, because we're going to be answering those in the order that they come in as we're going through this. Solstice Slim Down, what is up? Nice to see you in here. Playing with Michelle, nice to see you as well. Caracola Bella, happy to see you as well. Happy weekend to you also.
Dr. Stan, what's going on? Video call-in show. How you doing?
What's up, guys? So let's see here. Let me just refresh it over here, and then we'll pull it that way. So Worst Ways to Die, dropping a super chat saying that that we are his favorite YouTube people, saying, I've consumed so much valuable content from you guys, and I'm so excited to start my YouTube journey now that I've finally released my first video. So high five and fist bump to you.
We need a pause
for launching your very first video, because that is a that's something that takes a lot of guts to actually take your ideas and go through the process.
Welcome to the Nimminati.
IG with Steve, welcome to the members there. Just a heads up, make sure that you hop on Facebook and you look for our Nimminati VIP, because we have a private Facebook group there as well, and there's also more information for you over in the community feed, so make sure that you check that out. But on Worst Ways to Die, basically, I just wanted to say on that, congratulations on basically launching your channel, because that's that's something that a lot of people want to do, but not a lot of people do. So because of that, I just want to give you a high five and a fist bump for that. I also want to thank Fast Squatch Games as well for the super chat that came in before the show, and Hannah Official as well. Thank you for the super chats also. And Big J, we got a bus driver in the house.
It's a bus driving guy. Yep. So first of all, I like that name, Bus Driver Guy.
Yeah, me too.
That's kind of a cool channel name.
It is.
I think we talked about that last week. You're like, yeah, I might just vlog while I'm bus driving. I mean, that's probably dangerous. Make sure you can actually do that at work.
Yeah.
But if that's what you choose to do, or maybe even talking about your bus life, Bus Driver Guy.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty cool name.
It is. A
Bus
really cool
Driver
name.
Guy. Back to the channel, Worst Ways to Die. Congratulations. But I want to say, and I don't know this for fact, but it might be worth something looking into, maybe reaching out to Team YouTube on this to make sure that your channel name isn't going to cause any problems for you or restrict your viewership. I don't know. Your videos might get flagged for 18 and above. That might be your plan, but just something to look into, something to be aware of, because it's definitely of adult nature.
Yeah. Yeah, just by the name and the name of your title, because I actually went and looked at your channel. So just by the name of your channel by itself and the actual the words that you're using in your titles,
right?
They might throw some red flags. So just be aware of that.
Because at the end of the day, YouTube wants to run ads on top of your videos, and I don't know what kind of companies, what kind of brands will want to put their ads on top of that. Something to be aware of as you're getting started here on your YouTube journey.
Also, now let's get into the giveaway stuff.
Oh.
So here's what's up, and we're going to be talking about this throughout the rest of the show today. But VidSummit is coming on October 15th through 17th. If you're not familiar with VidSummit, it's a conference for content creators, and it's for content creators that really want to level things up. And our Creators Advantage workshop is actually right in front of VidSummit for a reason, right? Because we know that people that are wanting to know this are going to be going to this thing. So basically with VidSummit, it's something that you want to go to as a content creator if you want to really get the ball rolling with this stuff. But what we've worked out with Daryl over at VidSummit is we're going to be giving away 4 in-person tickets to where you'll still have to cover like your hotel and your airfare and all that, but the actual ticket price, which is like
almost $800.
Yeah, it's like $800. You're going to be getting that for free, and then we're giving away 10 virtual tickets, so you can actually watch it from your home in your sweatpants if you want to. So in order to qualify, here's what you do.
Can we just like pick a number and give one away real quick? A virtual ticket?
Unfortunately,
I'm
no.
thinking of a number.
Yeah.
No?
No.
Oh man,
So
I had a good number. It was good.
So basically the rules here, in order to qualify for this and this is for the virtual and for the in-person ticket, is that you need to make a creative video under 2 minutes long. And this has to be posted by you, nominating another creator that you think should go to VidSummit with you and why you think that they should get that free ticket.
Say that again.
Okay. A 2-minute video posted on your channel nominating another creator that you think should go to VidSummit with you and why you think they should get a free ticket. The best video will be chosen by us. That's D&I. Submissions close on Saturday, the 21st of September. So you have a week to get your submissions in there. And then at the beginning of the week, after we actually review those, then we're actually going to be posting the winners on Twitter. So what I want you to do is submit your videos to us on Twitter using the hashtag Nimminati VidSummit.
This is all in the description, right?
Yeah, it's all in the description.
So if
all at the very bottom of the description.
So if you want to either go to VidSummit in person, free ticket, or get the virtual ticket, which means you can attend all of the sessions for free.
Yes.
Massive amounts of knowledge being dropped here by top YouTubers, including people like Peter McKinnon and Casey Neistat. You're going to be there, Mr. Beast, Roberto Blake. Powerhouse. I mean, this is
it's high level.
High level stuff. I mean, $800 a ticket.
Right.
This is high level stuff, right? Yes. In the description below, everything he just said. Go down there, get the instructions for that.
Yep.
And we're going to pull this together within a week.
Yep. And with that said, if you already have a ticket and you win, you will not be refunded your ticket, but you can give that ticket to somebody else that you think should go.
Right.
So again, the best 2 videos go to the in-person tickets. And how that works is if you make the video and you nominate a person, then in that particular case, then you and the person are both going to get tickets, right? So that's basically 2 tickets per of those 2 top winning videos. And then all of the runners-up, the next 10 runners-up, are going to get the actual virtual tickets. So those are the rules. They're in the description. We'll keep mentioning it throughout the show, but that is what is going on. And made the best and most creative videos.
Right.
win.
So Axonar Comics says, I wouldn't be able to go anyway. No, you might not be able to go based on your location or current financial situation, or maybe you can't get off work, but you can get a virtual ticket.
Yep.
That means that
includes the replays.
That includes the replays. That means that you get a login and password to the VidSummit site, and it's streamed live.
Yes.
It's streamed live, so you can watch all the talks happen, high level. And this isn't the normal stuff that you get that people are sharing on YouTube that you get for free.
Yeah.
This is high level stuff. And you get all the video replays as well.
ZalaTube, welcome to the stream, saying they're new here.
Hey, welcome.
Yeah, good.
So yeah, if you can't go, you at least want to try to get the virtual tickets.
Yes.
Hey, Leela, how's it going?
So that's the rules. So if you have any questions about those rules or whatever, then you can just hit us up on Twitter and let us know. But for now, I also want to let you know that this show is brought to you by TubeBuddy, the #1 browser plugin for YouTube content creators that will help you grow your channel. It'll help you manage your channel. It'll help you learn what thumbnails work best for the people that YouTube is showing your content to. It'll help you tag your videos. It'll help you find the right topics to actually make videos about as well. So you definitely want TubeBuddy. You can install it free at tubebuddy.com/Nimmin, or you can just go ahead and get an upgrade.
Technically, T, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
So what we're going to do now
is creeping. Did you hit 20,000 yet, man?
Oh, nice.
I didn't look. I know he was just a few away from 20,000.
Nice.
Yeah. Early congratulations, Technically T, for hitting that milestone if you did hit it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. Car Galaxy Studios saying this is going to be the best VidSummit event yet, I think. I totally agree. Without question, it is. It keeps getting better. This will be my 3rd time. And like last year was better than the year before, mostly because my brother attended that one, and I got to hang out with him at Vid Summit.
Oh,
and then this one right here, and then this one, this third one is also just going to be incredible.
Last year was so amazing. Like it was like electrifying.
Ooh,
right?
Electrifying. That's
it was
word.
right, and those of you who were there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was like you're among your people, and the creative vibe, the energy that was happening there was through the roof, unlike anything I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Yeah,
I don't know how they're going to be able to actually one up that from last year,
right?
But they're going to, right?
Yeah. Matt Hayes, thank you for that. He's saying congrats to D for 50K.
Hey, thanks, Matt.
And saying awesome podcast to me. Thank you, Matt. Glad that you are enjoying it. We tossed another episode in there just to give people a little bit more on the podcast as well. Money Talk with Brian, thank you for the super chat there. We appreciate it as well. Thank you so much. Now let's get into the questions here so that we can start dumping some YouTube good information on you here.
I need to interrupt you for 1 second here.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Nimmin Live without you interrupting.
Magic Prepper says, man, you guys look like you could be related.
No, I don't even know this guy, really.
Yeah, we're brothers, man.
Yeah, we're brothers. Yep. Brothers. Brothers from the same mother.
Here on the, there you go.
Yep.
Over there too. Look at that.
Yep. Yeah, right there.
Brothers. Yep. He is actually my favorite brother of all the brothers that we have.
Of all the other brothers that we don't have.
The other brothers.
I'm the favorite. It's good.
Yeah, he's my favorite. Yep. All right, so we...
oh, yeah, Crazy Tech and Puppets. Shannon had her baby girl a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Now. Yeah, she's so cute. Yeah, congratulations again on that. Just adorable. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Vigard? Nice to see you in here, my man.
Maybe D is a clone.
Might be.
Actually, I came first. So...
Well, chicken or the egg, you can kind of work it out that way, I guess. Which has no reference whatsoever.
Yeah.
KTP Wrestling. They upload 1 time per week. They've been on YouTube for 1.5 years, and they say, I'm now facing a relatively low amount of views than usual in my videos since I changed my channel's name from The Predictor to KTP Wrestling. Is there any way to boost things up to make it normal again? So changing your channel name isn't necessarily going to impact your views. That's probably just your view of it, because that's not going to make a difference. If you had even if you had a huge channel, it doesn't really make that big of a difference, because people like YouTube will still be showing that content to the people that are looking for it, right? So it's like your name change isn't what hurt your
There's ebbs and flows in YouTube.
Right.
The traffic comes up, like I'm down right now. Like I was on top of the world just 2 weeks ago.
On top of the world.
On top of the world. Yeah. And now it just, down. So that, what I have to do now? I have to make more videos. I got to pull the lever. I have to make more videos, right? When it goes down.
Pull the lever.
I've got to pull the lever.
Yep.
And I have to make more videos.
Yep.
There you go.
Worst Ways to Die says, just started. We'll aim for about once a month. Just published my first video. It took about 8 months to make. It's okay, man. It actually took however old you are until that day that you published. It took all that time to make, technically, if you want to get technical about it. Hey, Nick and D, what's up? Says, I have started a channel in the history niche, which will focus on historical diseases. My first video was a voiceover, but I plan to be on camera in my future videos. I'm a qualified doctor. Should I include this fact in my videos to give myself credibility to my audience? And if so, how? Absolutely. If you are a doctor,
can I say something really quick?
Yeah.
Since you're a qualified doctor.
Yep.
So I had folliculitis, right? It's a skin condition where your hair grows like inside itself.
Okay.
Anyway, I had this condition that broke out of my leg. Really bad folliculitis. It was so bad.
What'd you call me?
That's right. And the doctor knows exactly what I'm talking about. It was so bad on my legs.
Blue-eyed Tech, what's up, man?
That they actually came to take pictures of it. Because they wanted to, maybe it will go in.
Oh, you might be in a book somewhere.
I might be in my legs.
D's
doctor,
medical famous.
Yeah, my legs might be in a medical book somewhere. They said a team of doctors was like, this is the worst case we've ever seen of folliculitis ever.
Nice.
Yeah,
should be proud of that.
That was like 15 years ago.
Should be proud of that.
Somebody may have upstaged me by now,
but if not, man, I mean that's something to hold on to. It's like, hey, you know what? Mom said to be the best at something. If you're going to do it, be the best. You're like number one in folliculitis.
I might be in a medical journey or journal for folliculitis. Go ahead and continue. I just had to throw that little tidbit in there.
Swasti Bahori Music USA, congratulations on hitting the 100,000 subscribers. That you got your play button. Congratulations on that. And I also want to welcome My Fashion Brand TV channel vlog to the show, saying that it's their first time here in the live stream. So welcome.
By the way, guys, that was
get some value here.
That was like 15 years ago. It was cleared up. back then. Answer the good doctor's question. I completely did my thing.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think that and this is just opinion, I think that yes, you should definitely add your let people know that you're a doctor, that you're officially like a legit doctor for the sake of just credibility to the information that you're sharing. In terms of how you can either verbally tell them, say you introduce yourself, hey, I'm such and such, and say that you are whatever your particular little
ASMR going on over there.
Yeah, whatever your particular certifications are, whatever. Just let them know what that is, and then talk about how like you're a doctor and you're looking at all of this from a legit medical perspective, and then get into the content itself. But yeah, I think that that's great in terms of just letting people know that the information that you're sharing is from the perspective of a doctor, because I personally think that makes that information a lot cooler and a lot more credible than like if D or I were to make videos about the same thing, because we would just be researching information, putting it together, and then providing it out instead of actually like having a core understanding of that information. But I think that's great.
And unless it was like Dr. Love,
then you really wouldn't have a good understanding of it. Yeah. Ratty Star. Let's see. Ratty Star's been going for 2 years. Says, I've started releasing my videos 24 hours early for my channel members. Is this something that could hurt the initial momentum of a video, or is it okay? If you have a ton of channel members and you see that it's taking away from your notifications, then technically yes. Because if it's unlisted, then you're not getting the credit for those when they're first seeing them and all of that. But then when you publish it, then that's when that part actually starts. So those people that have seen it already, then that kind of was just kind of wasted, like views and watch time and things like that. If it's like 50 people, 100 people, not that big of a deal. If it's like 1,000 people, then it's going to start to impact things. But I wouldn't really worry about it that much. But test it yourself. Say, okay, well, I'm going to do like every other video early for the next month, and then I'm just going to compare the ones I did early versus the ones that I didn't do early. I'm going to basically put both of those into groups, and I'm going to see the velocity on the videos when I first publish them, and see if it made any difference at all.
What if I wanted to be like Dr. Fortnite?
You could do that.
I could do that.
You could definitely do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, doctor. They call you Dr. Fortnite. Yeah, that has like a thing to it almost. Long time coming.
Get on that.
Yeah. Long time coming. Says, I'm on my way to 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations.
Alrighty.
Any editing tips that I may want to look into to get the most out of my videos? D?
Any video editing tips to get the most out of your videos? Yeah, first and foremost, you should trim the fat out of your video. Get rid of anything that's boring. Get rid of anything that like just slows down the video.
Hey. If it's a plus size video, that's okay. Yeah, I'm just saying.
We have to say that these days. No, but if you watch any of the big YouTuber channels, the most successful YouTuber channels, they trim the fat, man. It moves along fast. Things go through quickly. So learn how to trim the fat, number one. Number two is you don't have to go over the top with your editing for YouTube. You just have to be able to tell your story, be able to share your message in the most and the quickest way possible, really. Mm-hmm. But keep it entertaining. You do push in, push out, throw some cool transitions in there, here or there, but don't overdo it.
Yeah.
And don't overthink it. Just think about keeping it moving. Hey, Nick, how's it going, man? Thank you, brother.
Hey, what is up, man? Nice to see you in here. Thanks for swinging by the stream.
Keep it
nice
moving.
To see you.
That's the hardest thing about editing, really, is like figuring out where to put your cuts, figuring out what do I cut out?
Yeah.
Like I filmed all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Now what can I go into and like where do I cut it out? Mm-hmm. Right? Because you want to hold on to some of the stuff.
Sure.
Like you put it in, you play it back, and you got to look at it and you've got to say, okay, well maybe I want this part in here, but things really drag during this part.
Yeah.
You got to cut it loose.
Yeah.
Your audience retention will
don't get emotionally attached.
Yeah.
4Kids Gaming says that they haven't started yet. What would be considered a good starting video? If you're looking for like video ideas, I have videos on my channel about how to come up with video ideas. I recommend that you watch some of those because like a good starting video could be anything, right? I mean, it's that first video that you want to put out there. Of course, you might want to make a channel trailer for your channel and then just have that one unlisted, and then you put it in that channel trailer spot to make sure that you have that in there for the first video. But then the actual first like public video, just start making the content. Right, D? Would you agree?
Just make it.
All right. So you concur?
I concur.
Okay. Casual Spaceman. I love that name. Makes me think of like a dude hanging out in the moon, like he's in like shorts and like a button up, but he's still got like the space helmet on. That's what I think of when I think of Casual Spaceman.
Like a tropical shirt, hanging out like under umbrella at the moon, drinking like a
Like a moon
a
shake.
margarita.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's good.
A casual moon guy, flip flops, all that.
Could you do a session on alternatives to Hangouts to use on OBS since Google Hangouts was gotten rid of, and how to use them? So by session, if you mean video or just a moment of time here during the show, yeah. So
StreamYard.
Yeah, so StreamYard is an alternative for you. Be Live, I think, is also an alternative for you. You can also look into, I think, Blue Jeans is something else. You can also look into Zoom. Zoom works a lot like Google Hangouts in terms of, when one person's talking, it'll automatically switch to them and, that sort of thing. You can have a bunch of people come into the Zoom and then it'll, stack up. But the only downside with some of those is they are paid, which makes it, if you're looking for like a free version, I'm not really sure. But there are definitely some really good paid videos or paid options out there for you. Jevin Dovey in the house. What is up, man?
Hey, Jevin.
Nice to see you in here. He's going to be coming to Thailand next month. I'm not sure, Jevin, if you have found anybody yet, but just in case, if he has found somebody, you can disregard this, but just in case, he's actually looking for somebody to help him shoot some content when he comes here. He's actually looking for somebody to help him shoot content in Bali, and he's looking for somebody to help him shoot content here in Thailand as well. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. You can check out Jevin's Twitter or his YouTube channel for information on that if he hasn't found anybody yet. Matt Hayes says, let's see here. They're winning 3-0 after 23 minutes. Going to be a lot of views for me today. Celebrate with me, guys. Oh, nice. Oh, that's good. Good. Oh, okay, so Zoom is free for 2 people, says Vigard. Okay, fantastic feedback there. Thank you, Vigard. What's up, Debbie J?
Hey, WJ.
Okay, so he's still on the search. Okay, so that is still out there. So if you are near Bali or you are near Thailand or in Thailand or Bali, he is still looking for somebody to help him shoot his stuff there. So just as a heads up.
Doing it with Jason. What's going on?
What's up, man? Nice to see you in here. Sam B says that they upload every Wednesday. They've been on YouTube since August 2019, so they are brand new. So welcome to YouTube. They're Sam B says, hey, Nick and D, I have 35 subscribers. I'm a Lego channel. Is there a way that I can split test my video thumbnails for free using YouTube Studio without needing to upgrade to a new TubeBuddy license? Technically, yes. Technically, you can go in and you can get like real base information by changing your thumbnail and then just looking in your analytics at your click-through rate just to see, where your spikes are going up and down based on the specific time that you change your thumbnail. So you can do it that way. Now, what you don't get in that situation is you are, one, going to have to just keep monitoring that constantly when you change them out. Two, you are also not going to get where it's actually performing the best, so to speak. So because of that, TubeBuddy can help you there with that. But in terms of just like a general idea, then here's what you do. You just look in your analytics, look at your click-through rate, and look at the impressions as well. Because like if your impressions start going up, then that can drive your click-through rate down. So even though you might be looking at it like, well, hey, I got to change this thumbnail. I've got like a 4% or a 2% click-through rate on this. Then if your impressions are going up, then it's totally okay, right? But that thumbnail's fine because YouTube is still promoting your stuff, or it's promoting your stuff more. So that's what you can do in that particular situation. But when you're looking at your click-through rate, you always want to look at impressions with it also.
Nikki, don't feel bad for charging money. Cause you're talking about Patreon. He says, I basically feel kind of bad about charging money. Don't. You're
providing awesome stuff like that. That's
right.
like saying Netflix shouldn't charge money.
Right.
It's a source of entertainment for people. You're a source of entertainment and information for people.
Right.
Just like Netflix or just like YouTube Premium or anything like that. So because of that, I'm with D on this one. I think that you should always be confident to charge money for what it is that you're doing, because you are putting you're like providing a service of sorts.
Right.
Through your content. So because of that, I think you should absolutely charge money. And I personally believe, because you make really good content, I personally believe that you should be handsomely rewarded for what it is that you do, because you make awesome content.
What you can do is just try to think of something that you can charge. So if you're offering something on Patreon, what can you do for your Patreon audience, your people who are supporting you on Patreon that you're not doing currently on your YouTube channel,
to make it worth it, to help you through that guilt process.
If offer them something that you're not doing already on YouTube.
Yeah,
that's where you're gonna have to come up with something. But yeah, dude, don't feel bad for that.
Alaminati Gaming says, I've gotten big from doing Roblox something videos, and it has gained a lot of subscribers, but that kind of content is running dry, and I haven't been uploading as much because I can't find anything else that people want on that. So I'm thinking about switching to Minecraft or just doing both, but I don't know how much that will hurt my YouTube channel. The only way you're going to find out is if you test it. So what you want to do in that situation is start dripping in some of the content that you are considering transitioning to and start seeing how people respond to it. That's the best way to handle that situation, because if you're worried about the response and you're not doing it for the sake of just taking the channel in a new direction because that's what you want to do, then in that particular case, let's see here. Yeah, in that particular case, then just start dripping in some content to see how people respond to it. And that'll help guide that decision for you.
But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that there's probably a lot more topics that you can come up with. You just haven't yet built the skill of learning how to find good topics.
Yeah. And I've got videos on this, just as a heads up, on how to come up with unlimited video ideas, regardless of the type of content that you make.
Like, once you understand, like, once you get it, like, oh, okay, I know where to look for ideas.
Yeah.
It's literally endless.
It is.
I don't care what type of content you're making.
It never ends.
In a world where video ideas never end, one man stands alone.
Between Roblox and Minecraft. Who's it going to be? Who is the winner?
Yeah.
All right, Ryan Raymond says, let's see, I was monetized 4 weeks ago. Congratulations. Since being monetized, every video I stream is demonetized. Wait, demobilized or demonetized? Right away. I've clicked request video on every video within 12 to 24 hours. They are all remonetized. I've only received 2 actual manual review responses from YouTube. Could it just be taking the AI time to approve the ones I don't click request or that never monetize me into my request? Here's what I would do in your situation. Contact Team YouTube. Show them that by contact Team YouTube, here's what I mean. On Twitter, if you go on Twitter, if you do @Team YouTube, then that's basically like support. For YouTube. It's public support. You can also get support inside of YouTube as well, but this is a nice public way to bring what it is that you are doing or that you're having trouble with to their attention, and then they're going to ask you for some information, and then you're going to send them that information, and then they'll be able to take a look at it.
And you're probably going to get a canned response, so stay on top of it.
Stay on top of it.
Stay on top of them.
Yeah, and it's even better if you can just go ahead and prepare exactly what it is. Like, things they're going to ask you for is, okay, like, how long is it taking for it to be demonetized? How long is it taking for it to come back on? What type of content is happening in your live stream? Like, what are some titles that you're using in your live streams that might also trigger the live stream to get demonetized and things like that?
Challenge the build. Thank you so much. Morning.
Good morning. Abby YT. Go ahead, D.
I was
like
going to
say something.
No, I see on Twitter quite a bit. People will and somehow I know it happens to you too. You'll get looped into these conversations. It's like, at Team YouTube, at the Nimmin, at Nick Nimmin, at Roberta Blake, at Tim Schwartz. Like, you get grouped into these things. Yeah. And it will be like, my channel's dying. Please help me, Team YouTube.
Right.
Like,
yeah, that's not what they're for.
Right. You need to like come at them with like detailed information.
Yes.
You're probably going to get a canned response and come right back with more detailed information.
Yeah.
But don't you like, help me.
Help.
Channel's dying.
Help. Abby YT says, are there any tips on what I should change or add to my channel? I'm not sure. I'd have to actually look at your channel to give you that information. We're not giving specific advice, like looking at channel type of advice right now. So let's see here. Blocky YT says that they upload every day. It's a grind. Well done. Is my channel good or bad? And tell me what I can do to make it better. Okay, so same exact thing. We're not looking at channels right now. Darkstar the Me says, I upload at random. They are on an iPhone 6. How can I get a lot of traffic to one video? Great question. So to get a lot of traffic to one video, depending on the type of content that you make, you got to have high response content. What that means is that people click on your thumbnail and your title at a very high rate. That also means they watch your video for a considerable amount of time. They also engage in your content. They share it with other people because those other people are because they are so moved by your content that they think other people should see your particular content. And then those people get moved by it and then they start sharing it. Next thing you know, you're on YouTube trends.
Old Jed's a millionaire.
That's right. No, but seriously, like, it comes down to high response content. Other things you can do to tap into like moments in time, for example, is you can ride trends around the things that you talk about and things like that. That can be useful. But overall, getting a lot of traffic on videos comes down to consistently making videos on YouTube and learning the process of making thumbnails and titles that the people that YouTube is showing your content to will click on, and then also making content like the actual videos themselves to where when people come into the video, they'll watch that video for a respectable amount of time, which will give YouTube a positive signal, basically saying that, hey, people watch this for a long period of time, which means that it's a quality experience for the people that are coming into this video. It's not something to where when they click on it, they go into the video, they're like, oh, this isn't what I wanted, and then they leave. Because then that would be logged as a bad experience for that viewer. And for every one of those that you get, it's going to start limiting the amount of promotion that you're getting on your video.
Viper's in the house.
What's up, Viper? Nice to see you in here.
Viper had some long live streams yesterday.
Oh, did he?
Well, they released the Apple phone. It was pre-orders.
Oh, yeah.
The pre-orders came in for the new iPhones.
Okay.
So it was like I was like editing and like rendering and like answering. I'm like doing all this stuff, and no matter what I did, and I would come back and he would still be live.
Nice.
Like I would go out to dinner and I come back and like make a shot of video, edited the video, came back, Viper's still live.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Midnight Madness.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the grind.
So let's talk about it, D. Are you going to get one?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not going to get a new iPhone, and I'll tell you why. Despite
that's what I was wanting, man. Tell me.
Despite the fact that the optics on the new iPhone are supposed to be really good, right? They've got all the new telephoto lenses and the new Slofi cam. Is it 60 or I think 100?
What's a Slofi cam?
So now the front-facing camera, 4K. I think it shoots up to it's either it might be 120 frames per second or 60 frames per second on your selfie cam.
Oh wow!
So you can play back slow motion. They're nicknamed the Slofi, slow motion cam. All right,
got it.
I'm not going to get one, and I'll tell you why. I have iPhone XS,
okay,
and I have an iPhone 7.
Okay,
the camera is superior on the iPhone XS, but fingerprint.
Okay,
I'm such a fan of the fingerprint. Like I'm going to pass on all the new iPhones until they bring back the fingerprint, and I'll tell you why. Because if this is locked off in a tripod,
what if they don't bring back the new fingerprint?
Then I'm going to just keep rocking what I have.
Okay.
I'll go back to Android.
Okay.
If I have to.
Okay.
But here's the thing: if this is locked off in a tripod, right, and it keeps asking me for face cam, I either got to turn my face sideways and it's a strain on my neck every time it shuts off, or I got to come in there and like redo my code. That's a pain in the butt. Whereas if on your phone, you can just put your thumb on there and boop, it's open.
Yeah, valid point. Yeah.
Falls asleep all the time while you're shooting on it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's just a headache. I'm not going to pay $1,000 for something with like that stupid of a headache.
Okay.
I'll just wait.
I think you can turn off the screen turning off.
Well, you can, but here's what's going to happen. I'll forget, and then I'll lose my phone outside, and then people are going to have access to all my stuff.
Yeah.
So I got to keep it on.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
Well, I'm not going to pay that much money for that inconvenience.
Okay.
Right now, if you're not shooting content on your phone, no big deal.
Sure.
Right? But if you're using it to actually make content with or live stream with or anything like that, no way, Jose. What I did do though,
that's good.
I just ordered.
It's good feedback.
Because this one's broken, as you know, it's been dropped off motorbikes and everything else. I just ordered an iPhone 8.
Oh, nice.
So everybody else is ordering an iPhone 11.
And you're like, move over.
Because they dropped the price. It's like $400 something for the iPhone 8, which has a better camera than the iPhone 7. It's got the fingerprint thing here.
I just had
a bit faster. I know that's a great phone. And here's what I think.
And 8 was my first iPhone.
I think
Roger Wakefield, what's up, man?
Hey, hat right there.
Yep.
I think people are getting really caught up in that stuff. Hey, Paul, Scrap Pallet Man. People get caught up in the phone stuff. Like they just they go from one gadget to the next gadget. Now, I get it if you're a tech channel or you're a YouTuber, or I get it that's totally different. But the average person,
hey, Stacy,
you're not going to notice like if you have, I guarantee, go pick a random person walking on the street, hand them an iPhone 8 or an iPhone 10, and hand them the 11. They're probably not going to tell a speed performance difference. They're probably not going to tell much of a difference in camera, at least not enough worth spending $1,000 on.
Sure.
There you go. They might like their slow motion selfie, but is it worth $1,000?
Right.
Nah.
No, it's good. It's good feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to have to wait and see like actual like real life people, like, you know, their videos from it and that kind of stuff. I probably won't either. I'll probably wait till like a 12 or something because I'm happy with this. So I probably won't. Yeah. So I probably won't.
That's a 10S, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10XS. Yeah. So I probably won't get one either. Unless it comes, you know, unless people start posting stuff and it's like, wow, this is like a, you know, really, really impressive thing. And then in that case,
there's another one come out in 2020.
Sure.
Like they're bringing
another one in 2021.
Yeah. It's like, you know what? I can wait a year.
Right.
This is great for shooting video.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you this, if you're a creator, if you're thinking about getting a new iPhone so you can make content with it as a mobile creator, if you have one of the flagship phones that have come out in the past couple of years, your phone's good enough. Like if you upgrade to the iPhone 11 to spend the extra however much you're going to spend on it to make content with, the person watching your video, they're not going to say, ooh, wow. That's really, like, they're not even going to notice. Yeah. You know, if you have one of the newer flagship phones from anybody.
Especially considering the that, you know, majority of people are on phones watching videos anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Big J says, I'm taking your idea, D, and I'm trying to start the bus operator channel. I'm calling it Stop Requested, but I have to figure out a way to do it without violating company rules and policies.
There you go. That's important to check into that.
Yeah, very important to check in with that, because the whole, like, people being like, oh, well, it's a privacy thing. I don't want, I was going to, and of course my mind defaults to this. Right. I was going to, go meet up with my mistress, and now this person, has me on camera.
That's my line.
I know.
What
now
are you doing?
Now this person has me on camera on this bus. Now I'm gonna, worry about getting in trouble.
Yeah. Well, here's what you can do. You can vlog before and after your shift. You can vlog all the way up to the point that you're getting on the bus. Yeah. Right.
Come up with a little catchphrase for when you're getting on the bus.
Yeah, like Mr. Have like a routine. Mr. Rogers used to come in, hey neighbors, and he would like take his shoes off, do a little shoe flip, right? Put the shoes on, right? Get your little routine. Getting on the bus, and you have to kill it. Yeah, if it's against company policy.
Turn it off.
I think you could have YouTube, right? Turn it off. I think you could have a lot of fun with a bus driving vlog. Or maybe maybe you could just take one of the buses out for a joyride. Nobody knows.
That's probably not a good idea.
Vlog that.
Yeah. Hey, Roger said, congrats on the subscribers.
I'm joking, by the way.
So congrats on 50K, D.
Thanks, Roger.
Hey, IG with Steve. Oh yeah, you were in here. Okay, got it. Okay. So next up, we've got Michelle Wang. Says, my click-through rate is pretty low, around 4 to 5%. How can I improve it? Is it just about the thumbnail? Okay, so like I mentioned just a few minutes ago, when it comes to your click-through rate on your videos, you want to look at your click-through rate with okay, this is my click-through rate, but what kind of impressions am I getting on my video? So, like, if your impressions are still, like, high, so, like, basically, like, the bar right above the click-through rate on your performance funnel, like, you're going to see, like, a little color indicator bar, right? It's, like, purple. You're going to see that bar, and that bar is going to show you how much YouTube is promoting that video, how many impressions that you're getting directly from YouTube promoting that video. So, what you can do in that situation is if you have a 4 or 5% click-through rate and you see that YouTube is actively promoting that video, then in that case, you might want to say, okay, this one's fine. I'm going to move on to the next video because this one's doing fine right now. But if you're like, okay, well, my click-through rate's 4 or 5%, but YouTube, that bar is really small and YouTube is hardly putting my content out there at all, then in that case, it's like, yeah, okay, well, I need to go in here and do some work on this. But then you also have to consider other things too. And this is where getting to know your channel and your audience and how, YouTube and your channel kind of coexist, like, that's where it comes into play, because you can say, okay, well, my click-through rate might be low, but it might be low because my thumbnail is bad. But it might also be low because this particular topic just isn't something that, my particular audience is as interested in as another one of my topics that might have a higher click-through rate, for example. So there's all these different variables that you have to factor in. This is some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about in detail at our Creators Advantage workshop in LA. But basically, like, what you want to do when you're looking at that is you want to be like, okay, here's my click-through rate. What are the impressions that I'm getting from this? What's the actual topic of it, and so on, so that you can start, fine-tuning that. Now, in terms of if your impressions are low and you're trying to increase your click-through rate because the impressions are low, then in that particular case, you also have the actual watch time that's also a factor in terms of the promotion. But in terms of making that adjustment, you can use TubeBuddy to A/B test your thumbnails. You can install that at tubebuddy.com/Nimmin. The URL's right here for it. There's a link in the description too. But basically, their Legend package, they have an A/B thumbnail testing tool, and what that means is it allows you to actually put two thumbnails against each other.
That thing's amazing.
So it is
just amazing.
So you have your original thumbnail that you upload with your video, and then once you discover that, hey, in this particular video the click-through rate isn't what I want, then you can start testing thumbnails against this original until you can identify one that ends up performing better for you and helps the video perform better as a whole. So because of that, I recommend that you use that.
Yeah, and I've had incredible results by doing some small tweaks on thumbnails.
Incredible results. It makes a world of difference, man. Like,
sometimes I put thumbs up and I'm like, okay, this one's going to move the needle, and it doesn't.
Sure.
Sometimes it goes backwards. I'm okay, I got to put the old one back. But sometimes you make a small tweak, change out a focus word or something like that. Mm-hmm. Huge difference. Yeah. That you would have never known otherwise. Yeah. Yeah, that feature is just worth its weight in gold.
It really is. Waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
I'm just so disappointed here.
While he's doing that, I just want to thank...
Welcome to the Nimminati.
Yeah.
So here's what has to happen. Yeah. Like, you got to give me a minute on this.
Welcome, Big J.
Welcome. Because I got to hit it twice.
Okay.
Way to go, Elgato. Just saying.
So Make Eat Home dropped a 10 spot. Thank you for that super chat. We appreciate it. Says,
hey,
thanks for all the help that you're giving Nick and D. Wishing all a happy weekend. Thank you for that. We appreciate it.
So I just saw here, and it just sped by me. 1 second here. Somebody just asked about Creator Advantage. Yeah, it is. Playing with Michelle says, would Creator's Advantage be beneficial for small channels under 1,000 subs?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, if you know what it is that you're trying to do with your YouTube channel in terms of what it is that you want out of it, then absolutely. If you're like, hey, I'm just putting up videos and I don't really like care about like, you know, really like getting great results on this, I'm just kind of putting this up just for fun. In that case, then no. But if you're like, hey, I'm actually trying to turn this into something, then in that case, then yes, it would absolutely be advantageous to you.
I'm not saying this like I don't have anything to do with Creator Advantage. He does, and I'm not just saying this because he's putting it on, but the information that you can learn from him and Brian G combined is mind-boggling. I mean, they make videos. You guys make tons of videos, and you teach people how to do stuff. But here's the thing. Hey, can I go for a second here?
Yeah.
All right, here's the thing.
Sell it, D.
Yeah, like both of those guys, like you and I'm not putting you on blast here, but like you want to make videos that are going to get a lot of views. Right? Mm-hmm. So because you have to make videos to get views to keep your channel going so you can make more of an impact or reach more people, right? It's like a thing you get into. Because of that, you can't always necessarily make the videos that you want to make because you know that's not going to drive a ton of views. Right. Fair to say?
Yep.
Here's the thing, though. There's tons of little things that videos don't get made on for this reason, that when you have a chance to sit down one-on-one or one-on-one with them, like, yeah, like whatever you got to do to get there, I think it's totally worth it.
All right.
I mean,
Thank you for
time. I mean, I can sit down and have coffee with him and pick his brain over stuff like I can't find on YouTube. Tiny little bits of information, or sitting down like when at VidCon or VidSummit, you sit down with Brian G, asking him, you know, things like, and everybody has a different perspective, and everybody has these different tips that they can share, and be able to pick the brains of guys like that. Man, I think no matter what size your channel is, invest in yourself, invest in your channel, sit down and learn from people who are doing it and they know how to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I know that was a long-winded
thing. Thanks for that. It was nice. It made me feel good.
No. I mean, it's just, you know, I just want people to understand that it's because I see people talking, you know, about conferences and stuff. It's like, oh, you can just watch videos.
Sure.
It's way beyond that.
Yeah, it is.
You know, videos only get you so far.
Right. And another thing with videos, too, is it's not structured.
Right.
Like, it's just like a big, like, here's a bunch of like stuff. And it's also something that has to be done in a way, like the information that you share in video content, when you make content like we do, the information that you share in that content, it has to be shared in a way to where you have audience retention in mind. Right. So it's not necessarily like, okay, hey, you know, how can we, you know, just make this as informative as humanly possible? Because statistics show, in terms of like our analytics, shows that when we start walking down that path, people start tuning out. So because of that, we have to fine tune everything based on the audience response so that we can keep getting our videos in front of people to help as many people as possible. So like that's the whole thing. Professor Walters says that starting the iPhone 13 for D fund for his new 2021 iPhone.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Thank you. Look, nice. I promise you.
Shannon Vlogs just chipped in on it also.
What'd she say? Hold on.
Same thing. She says, hey, he's onto something here. 2021 phone for D.
That's what I'm talking about. As soon as iPhone comes back out with a fingerprint, I'm on it.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense as a creator.
I personally
to lock in.
Yeah, I personally I love the face thing, just being able to pick it up and then I don't have to do anything else.
But you're not making content on your phone.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do.
Do you lock it on a tripod?
Not for my channel.
Do you lock it on a tripod?
Sometimes,
right? And you don't mind that turn?
Well, I don't. I just hit my code. Like if it shuts off, I just hit my code. It's not even a big deal for me. Like it's not. Yeah, like I don't. You know. Yeah, it's not a big deal for me.
Well, it's a big deal if I got to do it like 20 times during a shoot.
Sure.
That's a come on. It's a come on.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Come on.
Sure. Hey, do you not keep the live replays anymore? So McBlam Entertainment, we do keep the live replays, but they are just not public. So in order to find the live replays, you have to make sure that you have the notifications turned on my channel. And with that, you have to make sure that you have the email notifications turned on that email sends out, that YouTube sends out. And then you can always access those through that notification email that YouTube sends you.
Now, I will say this. There's one thing I will add. If they don't come back with the fingerprint, but they allow Face ID to work horizontally, That's a game changer too.
You know, they do have it to where you can set up 2 different Face IDs. Try this.
I've actually never tried that. A crooked one.
Yeah, I bet.
Ooh,
yeah,
that could be a game changer.
Yeah, if you can.
Scene fades to me ordering the iPhone
like
11.
18 iPhone
right.
11s.
I got every color.
Yeah,
I got every color.
I'm doing like a Matrix setup when I make content.
Forget everything I said.
Yeah, we're doing bullet time here with the with the iPhones.
Throwing iPhones at me.
Right.
Whoosh.
Oh, so good. Lewis Gordon.
I'm actually going to try that right now.
Okay, yeah, do it.
Yeah,
do it.
yeah.
Okay.
We're going to do it.
We're going to find out right here live on Nimmin Live. Can you do that and it still work?
Yeah, we're going to find out.
So Lewis Gordon, while he's doing that, says, how do I get more active viewers? To get more active viewers to your channel, you have to make sure that you are putting out content that's in alignment with the interests that your viewers have. So this is like a powerful thing about making like niche specific content, is that when you are putting out content, it's just kind of like whatever content, then you're really diluting the viewership. But if you can fine tune and tap into like, hey, this is the type of person I'm trying to reach, and you build all of your content around that perfect type of person that you're trying to reach, then in that case, the whole thing becomes a lot easier, because as you're putting out content, if somebody just watched one of your videos yesterday, and let's say they subscribed to your channel yesterday, and then you put out a video today, then the likelihood of them watching that other video that you put out, because it's in alignment with what it is that they're interested in, is going to drastically increase. So because of that, just making sure that your content is what your viewers are looking for is one way. And another way is also to make sure that you're adding something to your viewers. So the way that I always frame this is, when you are making your content, every single piece of content that you make, write down, what is it that my viewers are going to get out of this? Like, are they going to like hysterically laugh and be on the ground with their stomach hurting because they just can't take watching my videos because they're so hilarious? Are they like, when they're done watching my video, are they like fired up and excited to go do something? When they finish watching my video, did they learn something new? You know, like what is it that you are actually giving to the people that are watching your content? That's another thing that can help.
This isn't working.
Oh, it's not?
It won't even take it. It won't even accept it.
Okay.
Way to go, Apple.
Yep, way to go.
You had one thing.
Matt Hayes says, first of all, love the new podcast, Nick. Thank you. And just as a heads up, thanks for mentioning that. Just as a heads up, I just want to let you know that I do have this podcast out here just launched. You can look for Comments Over Coffee on your favorite platform of choice for podcasting. If you're on an iPhone, or if you're on, if you have the Spotify app, you can actually just click the links down below this video and it'll take you right to it. You can subscribe real quick, and make sure, if you're listening to the show, if you're listening to the podcast, make sure that you go and you give it a review, and that you definitely leave give it a star rating, and also make sure that you leave like a written review too, because when you do that, that helps like kind of like with YouTube, you know, like when people are watching your stuff and engaging and all that, it helps YouTube show your videos to people. iTunes is the same exact way, and the other platforms, to where when people are leaving that feedback, it's like, hey, people are interested in this, and then that helps them push it out as well. So make sure anybody that goes and checks this out, make sure that you also give it a 5-star or a star, whatever you think it's worth in terms of the star review, and leave whatever comment that you would like to leave on that video. But it's really good stuff. So, and with that also, like in terms of like learning about YouTube, like I was talking about a second ago, in terms of the video content being to where you got to like really focus hard on audience retention. Didn't work.
No.
Okay. Now we have it. Official word. On the podcast, it allows me to just talk a little bit more freely about some things as well. And it's all short form. So what that means is it's shorter, and it's designed to actually learn about YouTube over like your morning cup of coffee, or your afternoon cup of coffee, or your nighttime cup of coffee in our case.
We just had a nighttime cup of Joe.
We did. So let me get back in here to this question. It says, congrats on 50KD.
Hey, thank you.
Okay, so here's a good question. How do I deal with fans who DM me on Facebook and Instagram? When they first messaged, I was under 100 subs, so it felt awesome, and I was happy to chat. However, it's now clear that they don't watch my videos, and they ask things I've answered in the vids. Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club,
Yeah, welcome to the club.
You're in the big time now.
Yep. Says, it's a daily thing, and it's getting very annoying. I don't want to block them because it seems rude. Now, this is a legit problem, and I'm actually going to screenshot this, because I'm going to talk about this in a podcast, too. Give me 1 second so I can screenshot this.
Yes.
Just because this is
While you're screenshotting this, I want to say that this happens if you're doing how-to content, help content, or you're trying to help people do anything whatsoever. This is going to happen.
Yeah.
Hey, Absent Rule. There are a lot of people who want to take your time from you.
Yes.
Now, here's the thing. You are already...
Key phrase there, your time.
Your time. And it's time, hands down, is the most valuable asset that all of us have, that we'll ever have, right? It's limited. And you have to learn who you can give it to and who you can't give it to. You're already making free content on YouTube. Every video that you put out is free content to help them. If people, because here's what's basically happening. People want you to give them personalized information for free, because they think that you're going to be able to tell them something that your videos didn't tell them, but yet they're too lazy to go watch your video. Right. They're like, hey, basically the translation is this. Hey, I'm not interested in watching your video.
I don't want to spend my time. I want to spend yours instead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hey, I'm too lazy to watch a video. I don't want to waste my time, but I want you to waste your time.
Right.
So you stop everything that you're doing and you tell me how X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go watch your videos.
Right.
I want to waste your time.
Yeah.
Even more, even though you already made a video on it. I don't want to waste my time.
Yeah.
I just want to waste yours. I mean, that's exactly what they're saying. So you have to learn how to cut those people off.
Channel member.
Welcome to the Nimminati.
You have to learn how to cut those people off, or you have to learn how to have a short reply, or you have to use something like, for iPhone users, there's something called an app called Canned. Canned is where you can preset comments or preset things that you repeatedly say. So you can build up this paragraph or links out to your videos or whatever. So when somebody asks you something, just open up Canned, like you're going to reply to a comment, hit Canned, and it's going to send. You know what? I need to make a video on how to use this, actually.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a video and show people how to do this. So basically, you write it one time and you send that to them.
Yep.
That's what I send that to a lot of people, and they're like, "Hey, I'm just starting on YouTube. Can you look at my channel and tell me everything that I'm doing wrong?"
Right.
And so at first I was like, "Yeah, look at this." But here's what happens when you get like tons and tons and tons and tons of people that are doing this, and you've got tons of content that can help them. I just make a link and I say, hey, I've got all these videos that can help you, and you should go through the YouTube Creator Academy. Yep. After you finish the YouTube Creator Academy, come back and let's have this conversation.
Right.
I never hear from them again.
Right. Same.
Never.
Yeah.
Not one person has ever come back to me and said.
A great tip here is what Dee's saying right now is to have something like that you can send people to. If it applies to your content, I'm not sure in your case, Matt, if you have something like this, but like in our case, like we have like the YouTube Creator Academy, to where we can say, hey, if you go to the YouTube Creator Academy, it's 100% free, given by YouTube. Literally go through everything there. And if you still don't understand what's going on, then get in touch. And then, I might be able to help you out there. I also look at things, and I know Dee does too. Like, we'll look at channels and we'll also base things on, like, okay, what is it, like, how much effort does it look like they're putting in? Are they actually watching our content and applying what we tell them?
Flag number one, if you don't have an avatar, you're not getting information from me.
Right.
Right out of the gate. Right.
So it's kind of like a give and get type of thing. Right. So it's like, if I look at a channel and I'm like, they're doing all this stuff. They're doing all this stuff, and and they're asking a question that I don't have a video about, then sure, I'll answer that question or respond to that.
Right.
But like canned responses, things like that are really handy for that situation.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm glad you said that. I don't want to make it sound like we're just like, hey, be gone. That's exactly it. If you look at the channel, it starts with having an avatar.
Yeah.
If you can't even upload an avatar to your channel, and this includes Twitter, this includes IG, however you're trying to contact me, if it's just default, I'm not going to bother, because you haven't even bothered.
Yeah, you don't have any skin in the game.
Right. But if you've added an avatar and you put your sentence together in a way that makes sense, right, and it's not being ridiculous, I might open your channel to look at it. And at that point, that's where I have to make the decision. Right. You get ignored, or you get a canned response, or hey, you're doing all the stuff. You've got skin in the game. I can tell you are massively putting in the work. Yeah. At that point, then what I have to say might actually help you. Yeah. But if you're at the point where it's like, it doesn't matter what I tell you because you haven't even learned the basics yet, then you need to go through the Creator Academy. You need to go watch. You got to learn the basics
videos. so you understand what it is I'm getting ready to tell you.
Right. Like you're not going to go work out with an advanced bodybuilder. Hey, Pauline, how's it going? You're not going to go work out with an advanced bodybuilder if you've never been to the gym. Right. You'll get hurt. Yeah. I'm not saying you're going to get hurt on YouTube, but it's the same thing, right? You have to learn proper technique. You got to learn the form. You got to learn the plays. You got to learn how to dribble, man. Right. You're not going to win a trophy unless you learn how to play with the.
Oh no, they win trophies these days.
That's right.
Yeah, you just have to show up.
I forgot about that.
History Explained says.
No, we got to talk about that for a second. Participation trophies, yes or no? In the chat right now, if you are for participation trophies, type in yes. If you are against participation trophies for children, type in no. I'm massively against. I think if you lose, you should lose.
Okay, we got
learn how to lose.
No.
Learn how to.
Yes, if you're under 12. Interesting.
No. I totally disagree with that.
No, yes.
Learn how to lose.
We got a nice mix in here. This is good.
Learn how to lose.
Nice mix.
Because here's the thing. If you don't learn how to lose as a child, you're not going to learn
Life
how to...
is going to hand you all kinds of stuff that you're going to have to deal with.
Yeah. However hard your life is as a child, life is going to eat you alive.
Yes.
You have to learn how to deal with your losses.
Yep.
How to learn from your losses.
Right.
How to rise up and how to cope with your losses,
right.
and how to say, okay, well, I lost that one. Why did I lose that one?
Right.
I don't want to lose again, so
right.
I need to be better next time. Oh, no. Here, Johnny, here's a trophy because you lost.
Yep.
That's going to breed...
Johnny, here's a trophy because you lost because I was too busy at work to actually show you how to go through this and win. Or even be able to compete. So because of that, I'm going to give you this participation trophy because I'm like too busy doing other stuff as a parent.
Well, yeah.
So History Explained says, I just hit 200 subscribers in under 5 days. How long should I wait before enabling monetization? So just as a heads up, you need 1,000 subscribers before you can enable monetization, and it's not up to you. You just destroyed somebody's day. I know. Sorry about that. But you get you actually get invited into the YouTube Partner Program. So like once you do that, then you'll see once you hit the subscribers and you hit the watch time requirements, which is 4,000 hours of watch time, then you'll actually see a notification pop up inside of your panel to where you can actually submit for to join the Partner Program. Another super chat that came in is from The Sound. Says, can you do a quick rundown of your live stream gear, cameras, audio capture, etc.? Also, who is doing the camera switching? Thanks so much. D, take it away.
I'm doing the camera switching over here, and I'll give you a quick rundown. We have 3 cameras. 2 of them are Canon cameras right there. These are it's that camera and this camera right here. These are Canon. What are these? What are they?
XF100s.
XF100s. These 2 shots, and this shot right here is a Canon 70D.
Yep.
Okay, now the Canon 70D is running into a PC computer through a USB cable, and it's being operated by software called SparkoCam. The 2 Canons on the side, the 2 that I was switching back and forth on, those are running into the PC using Elgato HD 60 Pro S PCI capture cards. All right, so that's what's going on with the cameras. We have a small mixing board over here. I believe it's a 12-channel board. It's a Behringer board. These are Rode Procaster mics going into the Behringer board. Behringer is also USB, goes into the computer, and we're running the entire stream here on Streamlabs.
Yes, Streamlabs OBS.
Streamlabs OBS.
And to switch, we are using Elgato Stream Decks, which are most of the time they're pretty awesome, but they can get buggy at times, as you'll notice from time to time, because we'll give them a hard time when they get buggy.
Yeah.
But they can get buggy at times as well.
Yes.
Cooking with Kirby says, Nick, your content is so awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that.
It is.
Makes me feel awesome when people say that.
Can you pause?
Can
you pause for 1 second?
Okay.
I just want to answer this because it's going to go by in the chat and it's going to be gone because I just hate rumors. Timber Vlogs. This is the second rumor that you've mentioned. The first one was I heard StreamYard has tons of viruses. Not true. I've got it on my computer. StreamYard is fine. Second one says, is it true that you have to go from 4,000 to 10,000 hours in January for launch time? No, that is not true.
No.
So wherever you're getting your information, you need to leave that group.
Yeah.
Because you're getting tons of
misinformation.
Yes. Yeah. Tons of. Yeah. I've seen 2 things you said, and both of them have been completely wrong.
Cooking with Kirby says, Nick, your content's so awesome. I just wanted to say that part again. I have followed your strategies over the past year, and I just hit 10,000 subscribers. Thank you for what you do. It's truly appreciated. High five and fist bump to you, Cooking with Kirby. That is awesome. Congratulations on crossing that 10,000 subscriber milestone. That's a big one. Feels awesome, doesn't it, when you get into those like double digits?
Where's he at?
Absolutely
10,000?
awesome. 10,000. Yep.
Hey, doing it with Jason. If he says he just hit 10,000 today.
He did?
Yeah.
Congratulations, doing it with Jason. High five and fist bump to you as well.
Forgot. He came in. I was like, hey, Jason. But yeah, he hit 10,000 today as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Congratulations. Yeah, Nimminati blowing up.
That's
y'all.
right.
Blowing up.
That's how we do.
Nice.
So hold on. This one here is Slobs for Mac. Streamlabs?
They don't have Mac at the moment.
If you're on a Mac, you want to use Ecamm Live.
Doug Hewson, actually, he's one of the moderators here. He actually has some videos on Ecamm Live. You'll see him using Ecamm Live in his live streams as well. Really sweet piece of software if you're on a Mac. So check out his channel. He's one of the people, Doug Hewson YT. He's got the blue channel name with a little wrench next to it. So definitely check out his channel because he's got some videos on that can help you out there.
Roger Wakefield says, I will be saying that next week. Oh, Roger's going to hit 10,000 next week.
Nice.
Roger, slow down, brother.
Nice.
I'm just kidding. Full steam ahead, Roger.
Yeah.
passing on the right, please.
Yeah.
He's going to blow past me.
Yeah.
Probably 6 to 8 months. He's just going to.
He's on fire, man.
Plow past me.
Yeah, he's on fire.
Dude, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Not just because you're succeeding on YouTube, but because you're a plumber on YouTube, and that's just completely out of left field. Like that's a unicorn, right?
It is.
It's come out of left field. Like nobody. If you would have sat down within certain circles and said, "Hey, I'm a plumber, or I'm an electrician, or whatever, I'm gonna succeed on YouTube," they'd be like, "Good luck, bud."
Right.
And here comes Roger Wakefield.
Here comes Roger. Like, hold my wrench.
Hold my.
Yeah. Hold my plunger. I'm coming through.
Hold my plunger.
Yep, coming
right?
through.
Hold my plunger. And by the way, I just want to say that's why I proudly rep this hat.
Mm-hmm.
Proudly, brother. I wear this hat with pride when I put it on. Yep. Just to let you know.
Mm-hmm.
Fist bump, man. Fist bump. Yep.
Roger, blowing up.
Hold my plunger.
Krista Coupons.
I love it.
Krista Coupon says, I have an older video taking off. What can I do to take advantage and get as many views as possible? Should I continue to upload videos about another topic while this is happening? So here's what you want to think about if you have a video taking off. If you have a video taking off and that video is having a lot of people surge into that, a lot of new viewers surge into that, then what you want to think about is what is the next video that they would be most likely to watch? And the reason that's important is because relevancy and what people have watched recently is a factor in terms of the content that they get served by YouTube. So if they're watching that video on your specific channel and they responded well to that, which obviously they are, the video wouldn't be taking off, then what's going to happen is when you publish that next video, then YouTube is also going to try to show that video to, you know, a percentage of those people as well. So it's really important to make sure that the next video that you upload or the next few videos that you upload are videos that that the people that watch this video would also respond to. So sit down and think about, okay, this video is about X. So if somebody watched this type of video, I don't need to make like the same exact video, but maybe I can make a video that is topically very similar to where when they see it, they're going to be like, oh, I just watched a video about this, then I definitely need to see this video, and then click on that video as well. But basically, you want to follow it up with something that is in alignment with the interest of the people that are responding to that high response video.
Jay Littman dropping 5. Thank you, brother. He says, just wanted to say thanks. I've been following your advice, and I just hit 4K. Awesome.
Nice.
Another milestone.
High five, fist bump to you, too.
Of course, to hit 5,000 before Vid Summit.
Nice.
See you there. Absolutely, man. We'll see you there.
Absolutely see you there.
Can you test your stream deck really quick to see if it's working?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just hit anything?
Let me hit this one.
Boom.
Boom.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
All right.
All righty.
So let's see your next question that we have on the list. Let me really quick before we get into this next question.
Get it out, man. Push it out, brother. Push it out.
I just want to remind you that we are doing a Vid Summit ticket giveaway. So this Vid Summit,
if you're just joining us.
Yeah, if you're just joining the stream, we are giving away tickets to Vid Summit, which is a video marketing conference or a video conference in Los Angeles, October 15th through 17th. And basically our rules for this is we have 4 in-person tickets to give away. We have 10 virtual tickets, which means that if you can't make it to LA,
that's 1 for every piggy I got.
It is.
Right?
It is. Yeah, it is.
1 for every piggy.
But actually you have piggies on your feet too. No. So we're actually 10 short. Yeah, we got to hit Daryl up. Like, hey, dude, we got 10 more piggies we got to take care of here.
I actually don't consider my toes to be piggies.
Okay, I thought piggies were actually toes and not fingers.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
These are good piggies.
This is a complicated topic.
Are piggies fingers or toes?
I don't know. I think they're toes. Hashtag fingers or toes. Let us know what you think piggies are. I think they're toes.
Yeah, maybe they're toes. Walter's World. By the way, Walter's World.
Hey, Walter's World. What's up, man?
Thank you for that mention, man.
Yeah,
much appreciated, brother. Much appreciated.
Very, very kind. Thank you so much for that.
Toes. It's toes. Piggies are toes.
Okay.
Overwhelming. Piggies are toes.
All right.
Woo. I've been doing it wrong.
What I'm talking about.
Almost 50 years. I had my piggies backwards. Can you imagine how? All right, guys. Today is the day. Everything changes. My new trajectory. Like everything's
now you understand that piggies are toes.
I've been running.
You know what to do with your life.
I've been operating my life and making choices. Day-to-day choices, life choices, and my piggies have been backwards. Imagine what
that explains so much.
Imagine what I can become now that my piggies are set straight.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yep. New life for you.
Everything's gonna change.
Enjoy it. Yep. Enjoy it. It's gonna be awesome.
About to get, right? Yeah. The next 30 years. I mean, I got about 30 years left, right?
Probably,
maybe
40? 40.
I
don't know. Modern tech with the way tech's going, you probably you'll make it to 100. You'll make it to 100. Okay, so on the Vid Summit giveaway,
life's gonna be good now.
So basically, we're giving away 4 in-person tickets. We're giving away 10 piggy tickets. But the 10 tickets are virtual passes, which basically means that you get to watch it from wherever you are in case you can't get to LA. So basically the rules for this are you make a creative video under 2 minutes. nominating another creator that you think should go to Vid Summit with you. Okay, because basically those 4 in-person tickets are going to get you and the person you recommend, and then you and the person that you recommend for that second video as well. And you're going to talk about why they should get the free ticket as well. The best videos are going to be chosen by D&I, and submissions are going to close next Saturday on the 21st of September. And you submit your videos to us using the hashtag Nimmin Vid Summit on Twitter. So basically you want to submit them to us, and so that we can basically just sort and find them on Twitter. If you already have a ticket and you win, you will not be refunded, but you can give your ticket to somebody else. So the best 2 videos get the in-person tickets, and then the 10 runners up will get the virtual tickets. So good luck for that, and I will see you at Vid Summit for the people that do win that.
Yes, and everything that he just said is written in the description below.
Yes.
And Rock Climbing Grandma says, "Piggies or Toes," the name of my new channel.
Oh, nice.
You're welcome.
Nice.
You're welcome, right?
Nice. Piggies or toes.
Inspiration comes in all sorts of forms.
It does.
Hey,
it really
Christina,
does.
how's it going?
Hey, Christina. Okay. Hey, what's up, Drew? Congratulations on launching your channel, by the way.
Make those videos. Hey, Tube Techie, make those videos. Like if there's a creator you think needs to go to Vid Summit. Like, hey, this person needs to go to Vid Summit. They're busting their butt. They're doing all the stuff they need to learn. Make that video, shout them out, showcase, put the light on somebody who needs the light.
Yes.
And then hopefully both of you guys will go to Vid Summit.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't, and you end up in there's 10
virtual tickets,
10 piggy tickets to give away.
Mm-hmm. Savvy A's.
I love it. And thank
I love
Daryl
it too.
Eves.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Daryl Eves, and the whole Vid Summit team for that giveaway.
And I just want to say that, and guys,
because they're all about helping creators. Like that's the whole thing with this. So they go out of their way to help creators, learn what it is that they have to learn, and and all that stuff. And this is one additional way that they do that.
And I just want to say that Daryl is such a giver.
He is.
He's such an amazing dude.
He really is.
Man, yeah. Thank you, Daryl.
Yeah.
Thank you. What an amazing event he's put together too. Right?
He really has. It's incredible. Man. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Savvy A's says they've been on YouTube for about a year. How to improve CTR, and how can I get out of under review besides sending feedback? The only way that you can do that is to send feedback, or to hit that that option if you are under review. And in terms of how to improve your CTR, basically you have to test. That's how you learn how to improve your CTR. Because, like, for example, the way that I do my thumbnails that work well for me might not necessarily work well for you.
This is very important.
Very important. The way that D does his thumbnails might not necessarily work well for me.
But it probably will, because my thumbnails are awesome.
And we've got like a similar group also. So, those kind of crossover. But, like let's say, for example, here, let's pull somebody out of the chat here. Like Dr. Sten, for example, like how Dr. Sten does his thumbnails, for example, might not necessarily work for Video Call-In Show. How Video Call-In Show does his thumbnails might not necessarily work for Shannon Vlogs, as an example. So, it's really important to test your own thumbnails and figure out what gets the results on it. So some things that you can test: having faces on it, not having faces on it, having imagery of the thing that you're talking about being the main focus, versus having the personality be the main focus, using text on your thumbnails, not using text on your thumbnails, the sizes of the text or the faces or the object that you're using in your thumbnail, the colors that you use in your thumbnail, all of that stuff. You can test it all. All right. So next question that we have here is from Megan Marie. Megan Marie says that she's been on YouTube for 6 months now. Is there a best time to be posting new videos? How can I prevent people from clicking off of my videos in the first 10 seconds? I have a huge downward spike in retention and analytics on a ton of videos. Okay, so this is a two-part question. I'm going to go through both of them. In terms of the best time to post new videos, what you want to do is you want to look in your real-time stats, and you're going to see basically when people are most active on your channel. You can spread that out over the course of the week, and you can see, hey, when are people the most active on my channel? Of course, you're going to get that spike when you upload videos, but if you have space between your videos, those subsequent days, you're going to be able to look there and see, okay, when are people coming back to the channel versus when are people, going out for the main demographics that you are reaching. So what you want to do in that case is, before you start noticing those climbs, you want to post like right when that climb is getting ready to, like right when that climb is starting, so that you can kind of ride that wave, so to speak. in terms of the preventing people from clicking off of your videos in the first 10 seconds, that is where what we call a hook comes in. So if you're not familiar with the terminology, basically a hook is where you grab somebody's attention at the beginning of the video. As soon as the video opens up, you grab their attention with a hook, right? Kind of like it comes from like fishing, right? You hook them, right? So you grab their attention with a hook, and one way that you can do that is you can do it through just straight up telling people, in this video, this is what we're going to be talking about. You can also do this through opening a loop through like starting to tell a story, for example, to where it's like, like I went to this store and I was walking in the aisle and you wouldn't believe who it was that I saw. I'm going to tell you who it is, and we're going to talk about some more stuff right after this, and then you drop your logo, or you would just get into the actual content itself, start talking about some stuff, and then lead into who it was that you ran into at the store, as an example. Other things you can do is, let's say that you're out in the world vlogging, is you can have like highlights, just a quick highlight reel, some exciting parts to where it's like, oh, I want to stick around for this. You can even build it around fails. If you do something wrong, or if you're doing pranks, you can take it right up to the moment where somebody's getting ready to do something and somebody's getting ready to react, and then cut it and then get into the actual content itself so that they can see, what it is that's going to be coming. You tease them with that, and then that can help people, go further in your video. But you have to, in that first 10 seconds, grab their attention. So you'll notice in my videos, as soon as it comes up, I'm in your face. And I'm like, in this video, I'm like, I'm going to show you how to XYZ, right? And I say, and most of the time I omit the "in this video" because it's just a waste of time, because they're clicking on the video they know. So like, I'm just like, I'm going to show you how to XYZ, and we're starting right now, right? Because I'm trying to grab your attention when you come into a video. Next question. Interested is the channel name. Says they've been on YouTube for 3 months. Should I promote my channel on Google Ads, pay to get recommended, or just work for that organic growth? Personally, I think that you should work for that organic growth, and I'm going to tell you why. When you work for the organic growth, you start to understand what is important on YouTube. If you just throw money at it and you don't have any experience with growing a YouTube channel organically, then what's going to happen is you're just going to spend a bunch of money, and your content might not even be performing for people. Yes. So because of that, you have to learn how to get a response first. And then after you get a response, if you want to spend money on it, then of course you have the option to do that. On if you should or shouldn't, that all comes down to what it is that you're trying to accomplish with your channel. In terms of my personal opinion, I think that if you are going to be spending money on your YouTube channel for growth, that you should have something on the back end that you are recouping that money with. So as an example, of course, you do have the side to where if you grow that larger audience, then that's going to be more people, viewing your videos and things like that. That will help you make more ad money and things like that. But in order to get that audience, it's going to cost a lot of money. So in terms of what you're going to spend on ads. So because of that, it's really important to, in my opinion, make sure that you are getting something on the back end. And what I mean is that you are selling stuff as an affiliate, or on the particular videos you promote, or you are doing something else that you are generating some kind of additional income from your channel to, at the very least, make up for the money that you're actually spending by running ads on your YouTube channel. What's up, Mike? Nice to see you in here, man. The Rocky Jokovic review says they've been on YouTube for 8 months. I've recently started a second channel because I make content to related but fairly different niches. I believe that maybe 40% of my subscribers are subscribed for the content that is now on my second channel. What is the best way to make sure they all find out about it so that they can be subscribed to the content most relevant to them? What I would do in that situation is I would just make sure that in every single video you let people know that you also have this other channel available. So you can save that to the end screen or right before the video ends, so that you have the most engaged viewers, the people that care the most, so that you have them to send over there. Another thing you can do is you can just have your normal video content that you always do, or that you are doing for the new stuff, and then just have a little graphic that pops up that says, hey, I have X amount of content on this other channel. You can find a link in the description. You can also do that. But the idea that you're wanting to do is you're just wanting to spread awareness to people that you have that other channel. So I would do it in your end screens by having one of the links in your end screens going to the new channel during the process that you're trying to onboard new people over there. And then also make sure that you link it in all of your video descriptions of the videos that you put out from this time forward. And then just mention it in your video real quick, or add a graphic to your video real quick, just to let them know. Kind of like right here. Like in my podcast, right? Like right here, this is on here as a graphic to basically spread awareness about stuff, right? So like this right here is to spread awareness about the podcast. And even though I'm talking about it right now, I don't even have to talk about it, because while I'm talking about other things, this pops up on the screen, and people that are actually watching this and not listening to it will see that, hey, this is this is Nick's podcast, and I need to go to my favorite podcast platform of choice and download that puppy.
Yeah, and it's called Comments Over Coffee. That's the name of it.
Comments Over Coffee. So that's what you look for, but I've got links to the Apple Store and to Spotify down in the description below, but you can find it on all your favorite podcasting platforms of choice. East Coast Driver.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah. Says, I realized that
I don't even know where that came from.
It was good, though. That build up, that ramp up was fantastic. That was good. I liked that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Happens.
I realize that thumbnails and titles and descriptions need to be optimized in order to attract clickers. That's what you're calling them.
Clickers, huh?
Yep. Is there anything else that I can do to entice YouTube to put my content into selected videos, or is their algorithm such that they're only looking for already famous videos? They're not already looking for already famous videos. What they're looking for is videos that perform. So the reason that you often see larger channels there is because, one, they have a lot more authority, which basically means, if you just break it all down, that basically means that they have a history with YouTube showing that when people go to their channels or they go to their videos, that they end up keeping people watching for a longer period of time. They keep them engaging and all of that stuff. And that is what causes them to end up being suggested to people more, because as soon as they publish a video, they have all of that information, all that data going into YouTube saying this is how people respond. If they respond in the right way, if they respond positively, I should say, then YouTube is going to start putting that content all over YouTube. So because of that, your job as a content creator is to learn how to get the best response possible from the people that YouTube is showing your content to, right? So in terms of, like a hack to get into suggested, technically, I've got a video coming out about this with me and Matt Geelan coming up soon. So technically, sort of, in terms of like relating yourself to other channels. But again, it comes down to performance of the actual video content itself. If you have an awesome video, it's a high performer in terms of like the click-through rate, the title, the engagement. People are sharing it like crazy. You're getting lots of watch time on that video. People are adding it to playlists. They're coming back and watching it again or watching it later. All of that stuff. Then YouTube is going to start showing that video around. If they're not doing that, or if they're leaving out some of those elements or other elements, then YouTube is going to not show that video to as many people, because it's not because you have a smaller channel. It's because they have an entire website full of this ginormous content library that is just filled with high-performing content that they know without a shadow of a doubt, if they show that content to somebody, that they're going to end up engaging with that content, they're going to end up watching that content, and it's going to keep people on the platform. Whereas you demonstrate to them that if you publish a video and people watch your video, maybe they don't watch it for as long, maybe they're showing it in all these places and people just aren't responding to the thumbnail and the title, which then quickly suppresses the video because you're not getting that response. So they move you out of the way and they start putting stuff in that place that is getting a response. And all of this is happening in real time. So it's really important to make sure that you really learn how to use your analytics so that you can make the best content possible.
Travis MCP, aka Travis MVP, is in here. He says, "I'm
boy.
Here. You can start. Congrats on 50,000 D. Boom, whoop. Travis. Looking forward to hanging out with you at Vid Summit, my friend. Hopefully, we can get outside the booth. I was just talking to Leron about that yesterday on Twitter. Like, you want to hang out with these people, but like sometimes people have to work.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yep.
Like, yeah, we're gonna have to sneak you out, man. The back door.
Back door. Yep.
And by the way, Travis, for those of you who, and I'm just gonna play.
Hey,
this.
real quick, 10 on 10. Travel and Entertainment says, "Congrats, D, for surpassing 50K."
Yeah, so Travis just
he just congratulated you for saying 50K. You didn't even say thanks.
I did.
Did you just now?
Stay with us, man.
Okay,
Stay with us. Yeah,
okay.
Thank
Maybe
you,
I tuned out. Maybe it was like backing up.
Travis made this. Stream.
Way to go, Elgato.
You know what this is? The Elgato Stream Deck for us.
Welcome to the Nimminati.
That's Travis's voice.
Travis made those along with some other cool things. But here's what the Stream Deck has become for us. You ever seen like those? Let's take Star Wars, right? You're inside the Millennium Falcon and like the hyperdrive isn't working, so they'll like bang on it, and then it starts working. That's what Stream Deck has become for us.
Stream Deck is our hyperdrive.
Right.
Nice. Dig it. MT Jesus, one of the two, I'm not sure how to say that, says, "My videos dropped about 35 to 40% on each of my videos within the first 20 seconds. Is this normal?" That's a pretty big drop. Let's see here. What could I do to improve audience retention in the beginning of my videos? Maybe my hooks aren't great. That's exactly it. So what you need to do is, okay, there's a couple different things here. So it is your hook, but it's also the expectation of the people coming into the video. That's an important part that people don't often think about. Is like when you're making titles and thumbnails and all that stuff, sure, you want to grab attention. You want to make it compelling to where people are like, oh, wow, I want to see what's up with this. But on the other side of that, you also have to make sure that you are delivering with the promise that you are setting up in your title and your thumbnail. So, for example, if you have a title and a thumbnail that are about like this particular thing, and as soon as somebody comes into the video, they're like, wait a minute, is this even like what, I was expecting? Then you can just start watching your retention just tank. Whereas if the video opens up and then your hook is like, hey, this is what we're going to be talking about, blah, 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 then what happens in that situation is you are confirming what you just told them in the thumbnail, right? So you're basically meeting the expectation that they had when they clicked on it, which then will get them to stay and watch the video for a longer period of time because they notice that, or because they can see, hey, that's what this video is going to be about, which will help people watch for a longer period of time. This is extremely effective. And if you just think of what the intent of people are, and then you think of how can I make a good hook or how can I grab their attention at the beginning of the video, if you just combine both of those things, then you should be able to raise that up. But there's other factors too. Like you have to also keep in mind like the actual video itself. Like, is your audio really good? Is your video quality good enough? Right? Like you have to look at these things too, because like if your video quality was good, but then your audio sucks, that can also cause that huge drop to where people are coming in and they're like, wait, I can hardly even hear this person. Or I hear the room noise bouncing around more than I hear this person and so on. But, all of these little nuances kind of come together to create that experience for viewers. So you just have to look at everything and say, okay, well, how are people responding to this as they come in? And if you are getting that drop, then you have to think of their intent. You got to think of the hook that you're dropping on them. And then, of course, you got to think of the actual content itself. Like, okay, look at it from like outside of yourself and be like, okay, is this as good as it can be when this video first opens up? Because I have to grab their attention when this video first opens up.
Travis also made this one.
Super chat.
Nice. That's good.
Right?
That's good. Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Travis. Dropped us some good ones in there.
Yeah.
Walter's World. What's up, man? Thank you for the super chat. Says, been to a number of VidSummit type conferences. Some have been super helpful like VidSummit, but the majority I've gone to have been 45-minute infomercials with no real help. Any conference recommendations? Yes. Okay, so I just did the circuit not the circuit. I didn't go to all of them. But VidSummit for me personally, and I'm guessing that you're saying that it have been super helpful like VidSummit, so I'm guessing you've been to VidSummit. But like VidSummit for me is if I can only go to one conference, I'm going to VidSummit. Second for me is Social Media Marketing World, and for me personally, the reason for that is because the information that's being shared is tactical, just like VidSummit, and also it's a no pitch event. So the problem that happens a lot is,
hey, Shelly,
like if an event is bringing in speakers and that event is not paying people, well, the speakers are looking at it like, okay, well, how can I get a return on this? And typically they'll try to get a return on it by making it an infomercial, right? Like, hey, here's how awesome I am. Here's all the stuff that I've accomplished. And just as a special thing for you, I want you to hop into my email list so that I can try to sell you stuff, right? Yeah. So because of that, like that's why you run into that sort of thing. Sometimes even at no pitch events, people, they'll still do that.
That's a huge turnoff.
Me too. Yeah. Like I'm kind of like, it's just not, I don't know. It's just the way we view things, I guess.
It'd be great is if when somebody started pitching on stage during a no pitch event, if everybody just got up and walked out. That'd be like fantastic.
Yeah.
Just like as soon as the pitch came, get up and walk out.
The only difficult part with that though is typically that'll come after like a lot of value has been given to, which will make it kind of like
if it's a no pitch event.
I agree. But I think that on the other side of that, I think that
super chat.
I think that on the other side of that is yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that. But yeah, so in terms of events, I personally,
I'll walk out.
I really enjoyed Social Media Marketing World, and for me personally, it's because of the no pitch thing, and it's also because networking wise, it was fantastic. And me as a YouTuber, like 95% of my focus is on YouTube. The other platforms, the other social stuff, like it's there, it's in my brain, but it's not something that I'm like, okay, I need to, like learn about this. But when I went to Social Media Marketing World, I started getting a little bit more in tune. And you'll actually notice after last March, I started posting on Twitter a little bit more. I started formulating exactly what I was going to do with my podcast, that kind of stuff, because of the information that I got there as well. So
Mark said, I was at Social Media Marketing World in 2017, and it was key to know which were paid stages. A bunch of them were pitching.
Ah, okay. Nice. Yeah. So then good to know. Cause I know, like, I spoke there last year and he, basically, like, one of the qualifiers is like, look, we do not want you selling from the stage. So, so that's one of the things that he's doing now. I don't know if he's always done that, but I know as of last March, cause that was my first time speaking there. He was like, look, you know, you cannot sell from the stage. It's something that we're very, you know, adamant about. So just a heads up. But yeah, like a lot of the other ones that I've been to, and I won't call them out by name just because, you know, obvious reasons, but a lot of the other ones I've been to, same exact thing to where you go in and you're like, are you actually here helping people or are you here trying to sell something?
Do you want me to call them out for you?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Because I can call them out.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so
I feel like calling somebody out.
So yeah, so those are my you know, those are my personal favorites, and you know, the other ones, like like there were a few others that I spoke at as well, but it's just those particular ones are my personal favorites in terms of the value that I also got out of it and the value that I think YouTubers could get out of it. Could you guys touch on the cup situation? My channel is clean. Oop, just lost it. Hold on. My channel is clean and isn't directed to kids, but I'm wondering if there will be an across-the-board change for all of us. Okay, so here's the thing with that. So basically, this is in relation. This is for KG Tropicals. So basically, the situation here.
I'm going to cut your finger off.
So basically, the situation here is this is the reference here is about the lawsuit that that YouTube picked up, basically about them basically tracking the activity of kids on YouTube. And now that is they can't do that anymore. So what they're going to do is they're going to start turning off, or they've already started turning off notifications and comments on kids content, and that is going to negatively affect a lot of like the engagement and stuff like that, and velocity and all that stuff on kids videos. But in addition to that, they're also going to be limiting ads on there to where you can't actually target from an advertiser perspective. So they're still going to keep ads, which is cool
for now.
But they're not going to, but they are taking away the ability for advertisers to actually target kids channels. Now, in terms of the ripple effect, I'm sure there's stuff that we're not thinking about that's going to end up, you know, impacting everybody. But in terms of, you know, the like thinking it through, like I'm not like outside of them blocking younger people from just accessing YouTube in general. I can't see like a huge impact on everybody else. Now I could be completely wrong. Like this is just my thoughts on it. But I think that, you know, if you're not making content that's targeted towards kids, that you should be okay. But, you know, with all of these things, there's always these little ripples that happen to where it's like, oh, well, wait a minute, I'm not even targeting kids, but then they just took away my notifications and my targeted advertising and, you know, all of that stuff. So, you know, there's going to be, I'll just call it collateral damage.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, because that's something that just happens in situations like this. But because you don't actually target kids, then in that situation, you should be able to dispute, you know, like any issues that you have.
I'll say this. YouTube is amazing. Right?
Really is.
It's giving people something that we've never had in our lifetime. It's an opportunity unlike anything we've ever seen, ever, right? Mm-hmm. And for people who are just watching content as well. But for everybody who's had accidental copyright issues, mm-hmm. everyone who's accidentally been hit with some sort of a community guidelines violation, accidentally the AIs are on the loose or something like that.
Right? They're on the loose. Hold them down. Get
right?
them. Yeah.
Skynet is taking control. No. Turn on the frogs gay. No. but I mean, like, we're at a time where all of this stuff is like happening in real time. So we're because we have this opportunity, because all of this stuff is coming together, we're facing problems that we've never faced before.
Yeah.
And these mistakes are going to happen. You can count on collateral damage because people accidentally get hit with the copyright claims, accidentally get hit with duplicate content, accidentally get hit with all sorts of issues, right? Oops, we deleted your channel. Oops, right? Accidents happen.
Yeah.
Count on collateral damage and plan for it. Again, this is a great thing about, you know, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
You know, if you can, put your content on other platforms. Don't count on ads for your only source of revenue for your channel.
Right.
You're going to be let down eventually, because even though this is what they're currently doing with the children's channel, there's nothing saying that 6 months from now or a year from now or 2 years from now, they might crank it up once again.
Oh yeah.
Just like, you know what?
Well, you can count on it. I mean, it's always it's always going to change. It's just, you know, like some changes are going to be for the better, some changes are going to be for the worse.
Right. But what I'm saying is count on it though. Like if you're a kid's channel, like, okay, well, maybe they're going to reduce the ads. Hey, in a year from now,
maybe they'll take them off completely.
They might take them off completely.
Boot you.
Yeah. I would take this opportunity to say, okay, there's danger here. what can I do to reduce the risk of danger? And maybe that means I need to start also posting on other platforms and start building those communities as well. But if you put all your eggs in the YouTube basket and they start pulling your ad revenue away, they start cutting off your comments, they start limiting exposure, like that's probably not going to go in reverse anytime in the future. If anything, it's probably going to get more restrictive. Plan on that so you're not taken by surprise when it happens.
Sure, absolutely.
Super chat.
Drew Gravely says, thanks again for all the support and help on starting a channel. I've been trying to organize things to see if I can go to Vid Summit because it seems like it'll be a lot of fun. Absolutely, man. And like in your case too, like with the type of content that you make, like if you're going to end up selling stuff off the back end of that, then without question, you should figure out a way to go.
Mark, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. It says, thanks for answering, guys. Much appreciated.
All right. Our pleasure. Okay, next question on our list.
Hey, somebody just mentioned in the chat real quick before you move on, and I think it was Magic Prepper. Apologies if it was someone else. It just blew past here in the stream. They mentioned if firearms could be a reason why they're not getting exposure. And if firearms can hurt your channel, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely they can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Firearms, foul language, like explosives, like anything that could be considered not family friendly or harmful to children. Those are all things that could cause YouTube to flag your channel.
So you may or may not know this, but when people leave comments on my videos, I don't look at everybody's channel, but when people leave comments on my videos, like I'll go and I'll look at, depending on the comment they left, I'll go and it like anytime it's a, hey, look at my channel, I don't look at those. But if they leave a comment, you know, just about something in general, or they just talk about the video, sometimes I'll just open them up and look just so I can see what's going on, right? Because that also helps me know what content that I need to make, you know, because it's like, okay, well, a lot of these channels I'm looking at are not doing X, Y, Z, so I need to make sure that I make a video about that type of thing. But like basically, I had somebody just recently, they make content that's not related to that sort of thing, but I open up their channel and I noticed that in their intro, they have like them standing there with like a gun, like all this stuff. And it was just like a reference. So I hit them up. You know, in that situation, I hit him up, you know, and I was like, hey, you know, just as a heads up, you know, I just noticed that you're doing this, that, and the other thing. And they should have taken it down by now, but hopefully they'll give me some feedback on if that made a difference or not with their channel. But, you know, in those situations, you know, it's just be mindful of what it is that you're putting in your videos, what it is that you're saying in your videos and all that, because the way that the world currently is, we are already in that whole, like, everything is like, you know, PC and all of that. And that's just going to keep intensifying. So because of that, it's really important to make sure that if you're putting content out for mass consumption, that content that you're putting out is something that can be mass consumed without people freaking out about it.
Right.
Because as soon as people start freaking out about it, then that's where you run into these situations to where it's like, oh, well, now we got to regulate this, to where we didn't care before, but now we have some, you know, person in office that's making this big deal about it. So now we have to go and, deal with that.
Hey, real quick, USNER Doc, how's it going? David, thanks for coming to hang out.
Nice to see you.
He says, congrats on 50K. Thank you. Huge fan from the beginning. I know. I appreciate that. He says, very cool to see your well-deserved success. Awesome that you were speaking at Vid Summit.
Yep.
Vid Summit. And back on what you were saying, and I see a lot of people talking about when it comes to foul language or firearms or adult type content, they're like, oh, free speech. Look, the bottom line is this: YouTube doesn't want to expose any of that stuff to children, but more importantly, is
advertisers don't want it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's advertisers that
advertisers don't want their brand, don't want their logo, don't want their advertisement showing on top of content.
Let's back that up even further. They don't care. They just don't want the blowback.
They
don't want the blowback.
Yes,
they don't want people They don't want people picketing outside of their office saying, "Hey, your content, your ads are being shown next to this."
Right. Nike doesn't want their ads. Nike doesn't want their name on a blog or in the news or anywhere where there's like, yeah, Nike supports whatever sort of violent content, or Nike supports hate speech, because their ads are playing on top of that. And that's exactly what the media does.
It is.
People attack these brands for that.
Yeah.
That's why we're having the problems that we're having now. So
next question.
It's not free speech. This is the world we live in now.
It is. MDPB Aiden says they are on a mobile and a PC. How do I get noticed more on YouTube? So to get noticed more on YouTube, what you want to do is you want to And this is going to sound kind of weird probably, but what you want to do is you want to not copy other people. You can use other people for inspiration, but you want to try to do your own thing on YouTube. That by itself will help you stand out. In addition to that, you also want to know who it is that you're making content for, so that unique content that you're making that stands out in some way can be made for a particular type of viewer. And then you basically make that content on a consistent basis, and then that will help, as long as it's, as long as people are responding to what you're doing, then that will help YouTube know that, hey, this particular type of person is watching this particular type of content. Whenever they see this type of content, they end up clicking on it, they end up watching it for an extended period of time. Whenever we send users to this channel, they end up watching more than one video and so on. So we're going to start promoting this content out there a little bit more. And that'll help you get promoted on YouTube, and it'll also help you stand out. But really, just being yourself, and just not trying to be other content creators. Like if you're coming into a space and it's like everybody's doing a certain thing, then what you want to think about is if everybody's doing this, what can I do that's a little bit different? If everybody's using like
how can I be unique?
Right. If I'm in gaming and everybody in gaming is using like the hue lights and all that stuff, maybe I should come in with this and do videos that are kind of like, just like a little bit more artistic or more like accurate photography type of look, or whatever that thing is. But basically you just want to look and say, this is what most people are doing in the particular, niche that I'm moving into. So what do I need to do for people to see my stuff and be refreshed by it?
Yeah. And there's a lot of ways that you can go about that. Like
tons.
I see this a lot with gamers. Like if you just blindfold
gamers
yourself,
even try to duplicate their thumbnails, which is hilarious. They try to make thumbnails exactly like every other gamer, which is like, why would you do that?
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
I don't have the solution for you, but I know this: if you're a gaming channel and you're just getting started and you're thinking, hey, how do I get ahead? I would really like assess the entire gaming market or your competition, whatever game you're trying to play, and say, okay, here's what everybody else is doing. I need to go the opposite direction. I need to have something that looks different on my set. I need to present it in a different way. Maybe I need to build a different sort of a set. Like, you want to go the opposite. You want to find a way to be unique among everybody that's doing the exact same thing. By doing the exact same thing, you are guaranteeing almost that you're not going to succeed. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, just find a way to be different, and it's easier said than done. I know, but that's the struggle that everybody has to deal with coming onto a platform. It's not saturated. Nothing is too saturated, right? You just have to find a unique way to do it, and you can do it.
Yes,
you absolutely can do it. Daniel Battelle, he's coming out of nowhere.
Yeah,
right. My channel was a year and a half ago. Right. Like you can, Roger Wakefield. Like these channels are growing. Paul Peck. Like these channels that are just starting, they're growing. They're exploding in growth, so that it's there. Nothing's oversaturated. You just haven't found a way to be unique enough to stand out yet.
Launchpad Astronomy.
Yeah, Launchpad Astronomy.
Yeah. Super chat.
Hybrid Steel, what's up, man? I just want to say happy belated birthday to you. I actually gave you a shout out at the beginning of this show as well, man. Mike. Happy belated birthday. Says, should I keep my channel just game reviews, or can I mix my content to gameplays as well, or should I make a second channel and keep it separate? As long as it's all game related, I think you'd be fine to keep it all within the same basically putting everything on the same channel. I think you'd be fine that way.
Hey, Habib, how's it going, brother? Says, why do these two have the same last Nimmin? I'm going to let you figure that one out on your own. Next question.
Next question is from I Am Tassie. Says, could you please review my channel and give me tips and ideas? We're not doing that at the moment.
Yep.
So, Axanar Comics says, I'm trying to get back to once a week and then more from there. They've been uploading for the past year. How important is it to set a schedule for uploads and live streams? And should I start doing this today? So here's the thing with setting a schedule. Setting a schedule is solid because one, it in a few different ways here. One is that for the people that really dig your content, it lets them know when to expect your content, which is a win. And something I didn't expect, like when I was launching the podcast, is somebody even asked me, they're like, hey, what time and day are you putting this out? Because they want to make sure that they can add it to their schedule, which is pretty cool. But basically, you want to set your content out on a particular day so that you can get people used to you publishing content at that time, just like we go live here every Saturday, typically at 9 a.m. Eastern. But if we're not at 9, then it'll be, like an hour later or something like that, depending on what's going on. But doing that, it just kind of builds that expectation, which helps people, show up more. In addition to that, and the more important thing actually is that by having a schedule, you actually have to create discipline for yourself to make sure that you're making content. So when you have a publishing schedule, then that also means that you have to design an actual creation schedule for yourself. So it's like, hey, this is the days that I work on my keywords, or that I work on the phrases or the titles of videos that I'm making, or the video ideas. This is the day that I kind of put out bullet points or scripts or whatever it happens to be. This is the day that I actually record.
Welcome to the Nimminati.
Welcome back, RPM Nexus,
Welcome back,
to the
brother.
channel membership. So basically that schedule, but it helps you to dedicate time, because I got to have a video out Monday. And then that, it just kind of helps drive that internal engine to actually keep you going, that motivation to keep you moving forward on making content, because it's really easy to just not make content. And then because you're not making content, be like, oh, oops, I didn't make any content this week because it's not on a schedule. And should I start doing this today? Absolutely. Yeah, just go ahead and lock that down, because it'll make everything easier for you and a lot easier to manage mentally also. And you can start building your creation and your publishing into your actual rhythm of the day-to-day experience that you live.
Super Chat.
Super chat coming from Comic Tom. Thank you, Comic Tom 101. Says, hey, quick question, Nick. I doubled in size since starting watching your channel in 6 months and using your recommendations. 20,000 soon. High five.
right.
Fist bump to you. Nice work. Says, I officially do YouTube full time now.
All
High five
right.
and fist bump again.
Way to go,
Thank
man.
you sincerely. My pleasure, man. Thank you for applying the information, because, like a lot of times, and I say this a lot when people say this sort of thing, like a lot of times people will, they'll like watch the videos and they'll think like, hey, I'm watching the videos and that means that I'm working towards my YouTube channel, or that I'm, like I'm trying to get better on YouTube. But in reality, you're just watching the videos for the information. And then the actual work starts when you go to your channel and you start, applying all the stuff and you start, testing and all that good stuff. So high five to you for actually taking that initiative and doing it. That's why you're winning, and that's why you're going to do awesome here on YouTube. So thank you, one, for saying that. I appreciate it. Messages like that always make me feel awesome. So thank you for that. And thank you again for just taking that initiative, owning your results, and just going out there and making it happen. That's awesome. Love that feedback. Okay, so Pull Up Rice says that they've been uploading videos for 3 years. Hey, what app should I add? Okay, this is your department, D. What app should I use to add memes to my videos?
What app to add memes to your videos?
Yep.
That's kind of like to make the memes, or just to add them to your.
Let's do both. So if they're making memes, what should they use?
All right. What kind of memes you're making? You're making photo memes, making video memes, right? Big question here. If you're making video memes, you can make them in something like good meme making thing would be something like InShot. You could pull it inside of it to put Android or iPhone, right? If you're an iPhone user, use something like Video Leap. Android user, use KineMaster. You can pull multiple layers inside of that. If you want to make a photo meme, you could use PixArt or Pixelab.
There you go.
Yeah. Need more info on that, man. Specific stuff.
Roger saying, hey, Nick, that's why the hands-on class that you're offering is so important. It'll help people get off to a great start. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's what we're doing it for.
No.
Let's see here. So Junaid says that, let's see here, how to make my sound like podcast sound, because that sounds better. I have a condenser microphone and it's annoying and time consuming to edit. So what should I buy to make it better and no editing involved?
You need a dynamic microphone if you want to get that podcast sound.
Yeah, like if
these are dynamic microphones.
Yeah, so like if you are recording and you have to where you can actually put your voice close to the microphone like this, then that will help you get that sound. So, of course, depending on like all the different stuff that you're using, you can do it to where you're back here too, and you can still get that similar sound, but you want to be close to it. That's where you get all that presence from. That's that podcast sound. But in terms of if you want it to be processed on the fly, where you can basically get it processed and you have like your mic and all that stuff to where all you have to do is be like, okay, this is done, and then move on. I got a Rodecaster Pro from Rode, and that has all this built-in processing in it, and it's just awesome. So you can actually hear it. You can hear it on my podcast, because I'm recording it all with that Rodecaster Pro, and I'm using a Shure SM7B microphone for that. But this would do the trick just as well. But basically, that Rode Procaster, it has all this built-in processing, so you can just record right into it, and it gives you that nice, full, rich sound right out of the gate.
What is it?
You can still process it though.
DBX, what is
286S.
The DBX, what is it?
286S.
286S. It's a rack mountable EQ system, basically. So if you really want to get the podcasting sound, you want a dynamic microphone. The Shure that he mentioned, dynamic microphone. The Rode Procasters here, it's a dynamic microphone. It gives you that sound, and with a dynamic microphone, you want to be closer to a dynamic microphone. It gives you that podcasty sound. Mm-hmm. And using EQ, the DBX is fantastic too. It's not as expensive as the Rode. What's that?
The DBX 286S is, I think, like $300.
$300.
200 or $300, depending on where in the world you get it. Where in the world you get it, and the Rodecaster, I think, is like $700 or $800, depending on where in the world you get it.
So you can
maybe even $600 in the States.
You can set all the EQs on that, so you don't have to actually edit it inside of something like Adobe Audition, right?
Yeah.
Or you can get a little mixer board and you can EQ it there. It's not going to sound as good as if you were running it through the Rode or running it through like the DBX, but it can be done on the cheap.
Yeah.
Get a little 2-channel mixer or something like that.
IG with Steve here saying that Adobe Audition is awesome for post-processing audio. Absolutely, it is. It's incredible. Yes. But the question in this situation is they're looking to like not process anything. So I think they're just wanting that fast way to do everything. So Adobe Audition, like all of our stuff is ran. My stuff, Dee's stuff, even the podcast stuff, even after it's already been processed, all of it is ran and processed inside of Adobe Audition. Drew says that he has the Hail PR40, just not podcasting right now. Soon I will be, though. Nice. Love it. Yeah, Vagard right there, that just says, he says right here, audio processing is crucial. He's actually the one that edits my videos. So if you like the way that my videos sound, he's the guy to talk to, because he's actually the one that processes my audio for those. And he does an amazing job, I must say. Thank you, Vagard, for being awesome. Magdalena Helen says, isn't that like a person in history or something like that?
I don't know.
Anyway, says, what are the reasons that cause your video to have more impressions? E.g., for example, I know that one would be someone with a large following sharing your content, but I'm wanting to know how it's done purely from a YouTube algorithm perspective. Great question. So basically, in terms of the impressions, that's actually not from somebody sharing your content. I mean, technically, if they share it in like their community post, sure, but if they like shout you out, then that would just be coming directly from their channel, and that's not necessarily.
Stop touching
That's weird.
it.
I touched this one. No. But basically,
my hands never touch it. How is it that your hands are always get your hands down?
Because I move it a lot.
Just like get your hand. Look,
because I move around. It's all this energy inside. I got to get it out. So, but anyway, to answer your question,
just hold on to the table. Put your hands on the table. Just put your hands over there.
So the impressions are when you're
rope your hands
when
down.
Your videos are being shown. The impressions are when your video is being shown all over YouTube. It's in suggested. It's on the homepage. It's in the subscription feed. All that stuff. Like that's where those impressions are counting. It's when your thumbnail is fully visible on any page on YouTube. That's where it's actually counting as an impression. What makes YouTube promote your content more is if you have high response content. What that means is that people are clicking on your thumbnail at a high rate. They're also watching your video for an extended period of time, and to kind of pack all of that up, you can even see in your performance funnel that they show you in your analytics, basically what they are gauging everything on is how much watch time you're generating per impression. So if you take that idea and you say, okay, well, I'm trying to get more impressions, that means that you need to make sure that you are giving YouTube as much watch time per impression, per time that they show your thumbnail. You need to make sure that you're giving them as much watch time as possible. Now, there's more stuff involved in that, but in a nutshell, like that's the thing that makes YouTube really push out content a lot in terms of, giving you more impressions. Truly Supreme says, I need help showing my subscribers my gameplay with Streamlabs. Okay. I'm not sure what the question was. Can you make a question out of that?
Maybe they want to know how.
Okay. So basically, on your computer,
that's a big question.
Yeah. So basically, on your computer, you'd want to have Streamlabs installed. From there, you need to add a source. If you're playing this on your computer, you need to add a source, and then that source needs to be your actual screen that you're playing the game on. What I'd recommend in that situation, if possible, is that you have a second monitor as well, so that you can monitor your chat and do anything that you change. Because if you do it on the same screen, you're going to create like this tunneling effect, and that's something that you don't want. But you can do that pretty easy.
You're going to get that.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
Right. You don't want that. You don't want none of that. The Tarantula Collective, I'm like getting the heebie-jeebies right out of the name, says, and heebie-jeebies is a technical term, by the way, says, my videos have been averaging between 4,000 to 5,000 views, but a few weeks ago, I had a video get 10 times that many views, and it really started growing about 5 to 7 days after I posted it. I've been looking at the analytics, thumbnail, title, and other aspects of the video, trying to figure out why this video is getting so many views than my other videos. Do you have any tips or suggestions for what exactly I should be looking for to find out why this video took off so I can capitalize on that in upcoming videos? You want to look for your click-through rate. You want to look at your history of your click-through rate. You want to look at the impressions that YouTube is giving you. You also want to look at the watch time that you're getting on the video. You want to look at the engagement that you're getting on the video. All different forms in terms of you want to look at how much people are liking it, how much people are commenting on it, how much people are sharing it. You want to watch. You also, like, you can't tell the part that is also a factor in terms of if they're watching additional content or not. The only way that you can see that is if you actually
super chat.
It scared me. is if you actually like are verbally telling people, or through a graphic or your end screen or something, you're telling people to watch something next, and then you can go and look at that video to see if there's like a spike in viewership on that video, like after you gave that recommendation from that video, and you can track that it's coming from that video and all that. So you can do it that way. But if you don't tell YouTube to, or tell your viewers to go and watch that other video, then you're not really going to be able to have that information at your fingertips unless you actually dig through all your videos and try to see if people are hopping from video to video. But basically what you want to look at, like I said, is you want to look at like your click-through rate. You want to look at the impressions just in general. You want to look at the watch time that you're generating and just the engagement overall, just to get a general idea of what's going on there. And by engagement, I mean everything, not just comments.
Super chat.
Boom. Seriously, like that last one, I jumped. Like internally, I had like my flight or flight response was like, whoa, what is this? Yeah, like I had that like internal thing that was interesting. Travis says, super chat, Nick, keep your hands off of it.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. So next up is Annette's. Annette's makeup corner.
I quit.
Says, hey guys, what would you say is considered a good CPM? Is it niche dependent? I actually just made a podcast about this.
Consider this my resignation.
Is it niche dependent? And if so, is there a way to improve your CPM within your niche? Thanks. Okay, so to answer the first part, a good CPM is basically a CPM that's going to get you a lot of impressions. And what that means is you can actually look at the impressions that you're getting, and you can see how YouTube is actually responding to the CPM and the watch time that you are getting on that video. But in terms of what's good, if you're looking for that normal gauge, YouTube says that between 2 and 10% is the average across the entire platform. So, or majority of the platform is the language that they use. So, so between 2 and 10% is like the norm, right? But one thing that's really important to understand is that if you are having a lot of people, like if you're getting a lot of impressions on your video, that can drive down your click-through rate, that can drive down your audience retention, because what happens is when you publish a video, initially, like the first people that see that video are the people that are most likely to watch it, right? These are the people that have watched videos like yours recently. They've watched videos on your channel recently. They've subscribed to your channel recently. They've engaged in your content in some way recently.
She doesn't mean CTR. She means CPM.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, that was habit. My apologies. Okay. So would you say it considers a good CPM? Okay. So it is niche dependent. It absolutely is niche dependent because like, for example, like I'll just use this one as an example, like the make money online space. Like those particular people that make that type of content, they have high CPMs because they are there's tons of ad spend going behind those, just as an example. So it is absolutely niche dependent. In terms of improving it within your specific niche, what you would want to do in that particular situation is you can actually use Google's keyword tool, and you can go in, you can start looking for how people are bidding on particular phrases or particular topics or keywords, and that will basically let you know what videos to make in order to capitalize on those ones that people are bidding on the most. So hopefully, yeah. Sorry, that was just, I think, my knee-jerk reaction.
CTR?
Going into CTR. Yeah, so my apologies there on that one. So hopefully that one got you taken care of.
Roberto Blake's secret channel is in the house.
Oh, hey, what's up, Roberto?
He says CPM is determined on variables including geography, niche, demographic, and also the advertiser seasons.
There he is. What's up, Roberto? Nice to see you in here, man.
He's sneaking in. He's
sneaking in on the secret channel.
He's sneaking in with the secret channel.
I love how he put secret channel on there. So it's like, shh. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Secret channel.
Secret channel.
Don't tell anybody.
East, not telling anybody else.
Right.
Yeah. Not telling anybody else about Roberto Blake's secret channel that you should go watch. Not telling anybody else.
You should have changed your name and made it like Blake Roberts, like
Blake Roberts,
like Blake Roberts' secret channel, right? So when people found it, they would be like, "Oh my God, this is Roberto!
This is Roberto! Oh my God!"
Right? Yeah. Blake Roberts.
East Coast Driver says, I have one. Ooh, this is a long one. Okay, I've got one video that has 315,000 views in a few months and it helped me get over 1,500 subscribers. Well done. My problem is that I messed around with those videos' thumbnail and description trying to optimize it without keeping track of the way it originally was.
Oh, wah, wah, wah,
wah, wah.
wah.
Do we have that sound effect?
Do I have a wah, 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 wah?
Looking for a wah, wah, wah. We need a wah, wah, wah for this.
I don't have a wah, wah, wah.
Okay. Okay, well, just clap. That works. Okay, so kind of like, oh, well done. Well done. Just giving you a hard time. Okay, the result was that the video's views went from more than 2,000 views per day down to just a few views per day. I eventually figured out that I needed to make the thumbnail and description more attractive to clickers. That's another one. That just happened twice.
Can we get a hashtag clickers?
Hashtag clickers. Hashtag clickers. I did my best.
Brian G. Johnson's in the house.
Instead of Brian G. Johnson in the house. What is up, Brian G? Nice to see you here. This is Brian G's book right here, Tube Ritual. How do I point to this thing? There we go. Tube Ritual Volume 1.
Start by not hitting your microphone.
I know, right? This is one of the books that we have on the desk right now, Tube Ritual Volume 1. He's the author of this, and this book right here will actually take you through the process of understanding how to go from 0 to 5,000 subscribers and more, because it's all the like foundational stuff that you need to know.
And let's talk about this.
So with Brian, as you heard me saying throughout this whole thing, we are doing our workshop here before Vid Summit in October. And inside of that, he's one of the people. He's actually the other person that I'm doing that workshop with. So if you really want to take your channel to the next level and you can get to LA, or you're going to be in LA, then you definitely want to head to creatorsadvantage.com. As you can see through, man, I'm having like pointing problems. As you can see through the information right here on the screen right now. So definitely go and check that out.
I'm looking forward to just like hanging out, like being a fly on the wall during that. And by the way, if anybody...
Are you going to be a fly on the wall, or are you going to be a water boy?
I'm going to be a water boy, a.k.a. fly on the wall, a.k.a. spy.
Oh, we got a spy.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'll be live streaming the event. So those of you who don't want to pay, just head over to my channel. Head over to D. Nimmin's secret channel, and I'll have a live stream going on. Where
Don Nimmin.
Right.
Yeah. Head over to Don Nimmin's secret channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, but no, if you guys are there, I'm not part of this in any way, shape, or form, but if you are a mobile creator, I'm happy to sit down with you and go through some apps or whatever else you could be having some hurdles with.
Sure. Don Nimmin.
Just toss that in there as I'm delivering your water.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Mike just dropped a super chat saying for Nick needing pointer training. Yeah, absolutely. I know. I gotta get this down. This side or that side.
Some of you know that I do have another test channel that I do live streams on.
You should change it to Don Nimmin.
No, I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it to D. Nimmin secret channel to follow Roberto. Blake.
Roberto.
Yeah, I just love that. It's right? Roberto Blake's secret channel.
Yeah.
But you totally give it away when you
By
go
saying
into
it's
the chat.
a secret. Yeah,
I love it.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, D. Nimmin secret channel. Love it. I'm changing it right now.
I know, right?
Literally, I'm going to change it right now. Carry this. Literally changing it right now.
So to keep on with this question, basically they made the change, and then eventually they figured out they needed to make their thumbnail and description more attractive to clickers. They did their best to put it back the way that it was, and the video is now getting 150 views a day, but it's nowhere near the level that it used to be. Apologies for the long background, but my question is there a strategy that I can use to improve that video's views? Maybe copying other pages' descriptions or whatever. I could really use some advice. Thanks. So there's some factors here that are excluded from your question. Factors like how long did it take you to get those 315,000 views? Was it something that happened right after you uploaded the video over the course of that first 7 days, or did it take you a year to get that 315,000 views? Because the answer to that is going to be extremely loose if that information's not in there. Because what I'm getting ready to tell you is that whatever you did originally is probably going to be the way that you want to go back to. But if you don't know how to get it back to what it was originally, then you're in that situation to where you might not be able to get it back to what it was. So what you can do in this situation, because if you've proven that it's a high performing video and it's something that people do like, then that's a plus. And you know that if people they actually get into the video, they stay in the video, then what I would do is I would start testing, and I would start being like, okay, I got to start testing my thumbnails to see, if I can get, more people clicking on this, if I can get more impressions on YouTube. And what you can do in this situation, because you're getting 150 views a day, is you can go into your analytics and you can narrow everything down in your analytics on the date range to where you can see, okay, these are the impressions that I was getting, when I first published. These are the impressions that I'm getting over the last, 90 days. These are the impressions that I'm getting over the last week or the past day, for example, so that you can start, figuring out where things went astray. And then when you're testing, then as you're making those changes, because they're giving us that information pretty much up to the minute now. So what you can do is you can make those changes, and then you can be like, okay, let's come and check back in on this tomorrow and see if this, see if I'm getting a lift, see if it, is staying pretty much the same or not. But it could be something to where you were just connected to a particular video or a particular group of videos, and that group of videos was driving you a ton of suggested traffic, which is also information that I would need to know. But to where those videos were driving you a ton of suggested traffic, and then for whatever reason, because you changed things and they were changed for too long and they weren't getting that response, then you lost your position next to those, which then, if that was the case, then it's going to be really difficult, if even possible at all, to get your video to come back into that spot. So I know it's not what you want to hear, but it's kind of the realities of YouTube. Tom Nash saying, Nick, love the new podcast. Best podcast for creators on Spotify. Search for Nick Nimmin on Spotify, and you'll find it easily. Thank you for that, Tom, man. I appreciate the plug there. It means a lot. Thank you very much. I'm going to have to mod Roberto here because I can't.
I'll do it.
Yeah, because I just can't. Yeah, I'm trying to find him. Like his other one, I see him when he's in here. But this one, I can't. I guess it's secret. Maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah,
because it's a secret. So maybe
Roberto,
maybe it's just hard to see him when he talks.
Roberto, you get to make the call on this one. Do you remain secret, or do we give you the blue wrench? Your decision on this one, Roberto.
M's drawing says M's drawings says, if people don't come to the channel, how can I understand what is needed to be changed in the video? I've uploaded approximately 25 videos and still cannot understand what I should change if the people don't give any feedback. It's not their feedback that you're looking for. It is your analytics that you're looking for. You also want to use logic as well. So as an example, I'm looking at your channel right now, and you have how to draw Rose from love sign as an example is one of your videos here. For that particular video, the title, seems okay, but it looks like you're also going, you're kind of stuffing your title, which is a negative as well. You have how to draw Rose love sign, 2 bars, and then easy rose drawing for kids and children, 2 more bars, and then step by step. So I think you're going a bit overboard with your titles, because instead of writing a title, you are just keyword stuffing, or your keyword phrase stuffing. So that by itself is probably hurting the reach that you are getting on your YouTube channel. But even with that, though, in total, on your YouTube channel, you've accumulated 2,339 views. That will give you at least some starting data to work with in terms of how people are responding to your videos, in terms of your click-through rate, the impressions that YouTube is giving you, and all that stuff. So, you have data to look at. Not a lot, but you do have data to look at. So get in there and start digging around so you can understand what's going on. Right, D?
That's right.
All right. So DPO Family Vlog says they've been on YouTube for 4 years. 2 days ago, I was accepted into the YouTube Partner Program. What is the very first step I should take?
Ooh,
do I focus on the type of ads to run, or set up Google AdSense? Thank you for your time. Yeah, you're going to have to set up your account just so that you can, so you can get that. The next thing you need to work on is your expectations, because there's a really good chance that that you're going to be disappointed depending on the amount of views that you get. I'm actually going to look at your channel right now. I'm going to tell you if you're going to be disappointed or not.
Going to be disappointed?
Let's see here. Yeah, you're probably going to be disappointed. So the amount of money that you're going to get on ads right now isn't that much. over time, it will accumulate, and it can always add to the bottom line, and that will keep growing over time. So, keep moving forward with that. But when it comes to ads, the next step that you should take, of course, is setting up your account so that you can get paid. And then from there, like the specific types of ads that you're going to allow in your videos, that's on like a per video basis, and you can turn that on and off at any time. So that part isn't even really that big of a deal. I can tell you that the ads that play before your videos, the end streams, those actually those give you the highest percentage that you are going to get out of your channel, because those are the ones that everybody sees. And then the other ones are just kind of like bonuses on top of that, just as a heads up. So that's my response to that. Next, Angie says they've been on YouTube 2 years. How do you grow your channel to get more views, likes, and subscribers? Make content that people enjoy and that people are interested in. Also, think about the people that are watching your channel. Think about the people that are watching your videos specifically, because when you are making content, of course, you want to make content that you enjoy making. But on the flip side of that, you also want to keep the people that are watching your videos in mind, because those are the people that are actually going to be subscribing. Those are the people that are actually going to be telling other people about you. Those are the people that are going to be sharing your content out. Those are the people that are going to keep coming back to your channel to get more of whatever it is that you happen to be offering. So because of that, you want to make sure that you really keep in mind the people that are watching your content as well. And of course, you want to make sure that you spend time in a continual skill building process. And what I mean by that is, when you first come onto YouTube and you first start making videos and you first start doing this, even though you've been making videos for 2 years, there's the side of, I wonder if you have a link to your channel here. Yeah, you do. And before I even say this, I'm going to go look. But for anybody else that's listening to this right now, you have the side of, wherever you're deficient in skill, you are costing yourself. So in your particular case, I just looked at your channel, Angie, and in your particular case, you definitely need to spend some of that skill building time learning how to make good thumbnails. So watch videos on, I actually have a video coming out about this, but watch videos about graphic design. Watch videos about video editing. Watch videos about communication in terms of, just how to communicate. Charisma on Command is a channel that I always reference for this, just because they go into the nuances of it. But watch videos like sales videos on, like how to be persuasive and things like that. Like all of that type of content.
The information
is stuff to where you should be building your skills, because the more you build those skills, the more you're going to, the different way that you're going to see things. So like every skill that you build is going to give you the ability to see things in a new way, and to actually be able to apply those things that you see to the content that you have, because there's things that you're doing right now. There's things that all of us are doing right now that we can't see at this point in time, because we haven't developed the skill set yet that actually allows us to be able to see that. And if we can't see it, then we definitely can't go in and actually, make a change with it. So because of that, you have to develop those skills so that you can make those changes and so that you can see it. And if you can see it and you're not making the change, or you're not developing the skills in order to make it better, then that's on you in terms of, just not putting in that effort, right? But if you just, there's a lot of cases where people are like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but then you look at their YouTube channel and it's like, okay, well, you have a lot of learning that you need to do in order to be able to identify what it is that you're doing wrong. And I'm not saying that you're this way, Angie, but there's a lot of cases where you look at a channel and it's like, you have a lot of learning to do so that you can actually see that there's no way, I understand why you're getting, 2 clicks on a video, for example. And it's because you think that you're doing everything you can, but, it's just because you haven't developed the skills yet in order to be able to see where those deficiencies are. So
there's a lot to learn.
There is.
There's a lot to learn. And I
we're
think,
all always learning.
I think a lot of people coming onto the platform, based on some conversations I've had with new creators, of course, it's overwhelming.
L33T cake cooker in the house.
That's what I'm
They're
talking
the best
about.
Cake cooker.
Elite cake cooker. Love it. Starting off, it's overwhelming. And I think it's wrong if you try to compare yourself with larger channels, because I know you get the emails too, and I know, Roberto, you get the same thing where people are like, hey, how do I make my set look like yours, or how do I get my camera to look like yours, right? Like, you have to learn this stuff. Yeah. And you just don't just show up and just like make your first video and everything's on point. Like, it's going to be a disaster. Yeah. You have to learn, and there's quite a learning curve there, but you can learn it. Like every single one of your favorite YouTubers, every single one of your favorite movie directors, every single person who makes content all started without knowing anything. Yeah. And they had to learn all the skills in order to do what it is what they do.
Yes.
So yeah, you got a lot to learn.
Yeah.
All the better reason to start right now.
Yes.
Because you got to get on it, right?
Yes.
Start learning, start making those mistakes now, start learning from those mistakes. So maybe in a couple months from now, 6 months from now, a couple years from now, you'll be where you want to be.
Big J says, I'd like to review my channel and help me with some tips to make my channel better. So we're not looking at channels right now, Big J?
And I also want to say, because Tube Techie said, learning is never ending. Yeah, and no matter what size your channel is, you don't stop learning. Like, you're always trying to improve.
You actually kind of intensify.
Right,
because it's like, okay, well, things are going great, so now I got to figure out how to, one, keep it, two, I got to figure out how to make it better.
Right. How do I make it better? And that can include tightening up your editing even more. It can, like, how can I be more charismatic in front of the camera? How can I deliver what I'm trying to say better so it resonates better? How can I make a better hook? How can I make it
more clear and easy to understand,
right?
just in general?
How can I trim the fat of my message?
Or how can I make it more exciting if you're making vlog content or whatever? Yeah.
How can I increase my audience retention? How can I make better thumbnails? How can I
be more authentic?
Yeah. I mean, it never ends. Like, this process never ends. So while you might get stuck right here trying to figure out how you can get started on YouTube and how you can white balance your camera and all that stuff, on down the line, all these creators are trying to figure out other things.
Right.
Like, they've learned those skills. They might just be trying to figure out how do I manage a channel with 5 million subscribers, and I have a wife, I have 2 kids.
All this feedback that people are giving me, all these comments, all these emails I'm getting. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I mean, you're always learning something. Even if it's just learning how to balance your time and how to not get caught up and stuff.
And if you're not, then you're stagnating, and you need to start learning some stuff to get over that hump. IG with Steve says, let's see here. What are your thoughts on upload frequency? I feel that once a week is a little too little. I'm thinking about going up to 2 uploads per week. On upload frequency, in some cases, once a week is fine. Other cases, twice a week is fine. Other times, 3 weeks is fine. Some channels upload like once a month, and they have like millions of subscribers, and they absolutely love their content. So it just kind of depends on what's going on. But like, if you're just starting out, I recommend that you upload 2 to 3 times a week. And the reason for if it fits into your schedule and if you can manage that without going crazy. And the reason that I recommend that is because, like we were just talking about, there's so much to learn, and the more that you create, the faster you're going to get at creating, the better understanding you're going to start having of your audience and how they respond to videos, the better understanding you're going to have of the topics that you put out and things like that, and the more doorways that you're going to create in terms of ways that people can come into your content. So because of that, I recommend that people that are just starting out upload 2 to 3 times a week so that you can accelerate that process. Because, if you upload once a week, then you're giving yourself like 50 chances to learn something new. You're giving yourself 50 doorways into your channel. But if you can do that 3 times, then, you're going up to 156 instead, which is, you're drastically tipping the scales in your favor in terms of understanding, in terms of exposure, in terms of all that stuff that people are after when it comes to YouTube.
Super chat.
Man, did it again. That is, whew. Man, I need like a warning or something.
No
Holy
warning.
cow.
No warning. The warning is that colored thing that comes into the chat.
Okay.
There's a warning.
Yeah, I got to pay better attention.
Right.
Okay, so Luxury Card Store says, what are your thoughts on the Van Girl channel that got 1 million subs after her videos? In your opinion, what do you think is her secret sauce? I think that, one, she's very talented at what it is that she does. I think that her videos are good to watch. And I think that was a huge win. I think that her timing was spectacular. I think that her approach when she first came into the whole thing, like, she came in it like to win. Right. So, like, I don't know her logic in terms of how she structured her title, but she nailed it. I don't know her logic in terms of, the imagery that she used in her thumbnail, but she apparently nailed it. I don't know the logic of, how she actually puts her videos together or why she makes the decisions that she does, but she nailed it. So my opinion is that she came into this being able to see things that people typically take a long time to be able to see. And she has all of the elements, so to speak, that people respond to. And because of that, as soon as she put it out there, people started responding to it at a high rate. Dr. Sten is saying here in the chat that she studied for years, is what she said, that she studied YouTube and YouTubers for years to try to figure out, like, the best ways to do things.
So I'm going to continue that and say everything that he said, I agree with. However, let's just call it for what it is. If she would have been a dude, she would have been a guy, it wouldn't have happened.
A month earlier, a guy did something similar.
Did it happen?
Yes.
Where's he at now?
Yeah, I have no idea. But his name's like David something or whatever.
Never heard of him.
Well, right, you didn't, but
I follow van life stuff.
Right.
Never heard of him.
Well, no, he wasn't a van life guy. He was like a totally different type of content.
Never heard
of him.
But we're not talking about him.
Well, no, you said if it was a dude that it would be a different thing, and we don't know that.
But nobody's talking about him right now.
Well, right, because his whole thing
has anybody
is
even heard his name
at that time? At that time, he was like a big deal.
No.
So yeah, there was more. There was more controversy around her. But the same exact thing happened to a dude previously. Like
people do blow up.
Yeah, absolutely,
but I mean,
they do.
The van life thing, like there are so many other people that are also doing that are better than her.
Yeah, Roberto says the guy's name is Steve Will Do It, is the one that blew up the month prior.
Has anybody heard of Steve Will Do It?
Yeah, Roberto and I did.
Yeah.
And at that time,
oh yeah, he had
because she came right after that.
Steve, he's the guy who had like a huge Instagram following that pushed it over to YouTube. Isn't that what it was?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, with him. Yeah, I think so.
So he actually came from somewhere else.
Yeah,
so
partially.
No, that's completely different.
Yeah.
She shows up out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
So if she would have been a man doing the exact same video with a snake, the whole thing, I don't think it would have worked. If she would have not been attractive, I don't think it would have worked.
Yeah, that's one of those elements that she had in her favor. Without
she's
question.
Incredibly attractive.
Sure. I fun Chris. Thank you.
So in addition to timing and talent and everything else,
that's absolutely a factor.
Her
without
beauty,
question, that's a factor. Yeah. Sure. Without question,
it's a huge factor.
I'm not saying that that's not a factor in any way, shape, or form, but I'm just saying that that kind of stuff does happen to dudes too. Also, Mr. Bro, the brother of Mr. Beast, grew fast because of a shout out, but none of that is reliable.
Right.
It's not something that other people can replicate. Right. All right.
Roberto says if she would have been a K-pop type dude, the same thing would have happened. Maybe.
Yeah. Who knows?
I'm gonna lean towards no on that one, but you never know.
So that was a fun, that was a fun one. So next up, we've got Family Funhouse.
By the way, I'm not taking anything away from her. I mean, she's obviously talented.
Sure.
But I'm just calling it, the way I see it.
Sure. Yeah, being attractive with anything is a benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah, being attractive in any situation.
Brad Pitt wouldn't be where he is if he didn't look like Brad Pitt.
Right. He would be Leonardo instead.
That's right.
But yeah, like being attractive, attractive in any situation is advantageous.
I mean, Brad Pitt's not the best actor. Let's just call it for what it is. But he's gorgeous to look at. Right?
Family Funhouse says, let's see here. I've improved my titles, tags, and thumbnails, and I have a lot of my videos ranking in search. My problem is that I'm only getting minimal views. The views that I get watch at least 50% of my videos.
Super chat.
Did I scare you that time?
I didn't. I saw it out of the corner of my eye.
Did you?
And like right as it was registering in the corner of my eye, you hit it. How many times can we...
Super chat.
How many times can we activate Travis? Nice. That's good. Oh, he's doing it again. That's good.
Oh man. I'm sorry.
Okay, so the views that I get, they watch for at least.
Oops.
They watch for at least 50% of my video. How do I get more people to come to my channel? Keep doing what you're doing. I don't know how many videos that you have or anything like that, but hold on.
Super chat.
I can't control it, man.
So like in your case, like you have improved titles, tags, all of that good stuff. Here, hold on, I'm scrolling down, seeing what you have. Okay, so you're just getting started here in terms of, let's see here. I don't know, 6 months. Yeah, so you've been going for a while. So I would guess just looking at this without having access to your data, thumbnails, titles are definitely like working against you in this situation. Because like, for example, like, let's see here. Villains in the movie real life, epic treasure hunt, search for treasure. Sure, that might be a way in. Spirit, Halloween, grand opening, creepy, aquarium, trying on masks. Yeah, like I would say titles. I would definitely go through the YouTube Creator Academy and look at what it is that they're doing with their titles. In addition to that, I know you're doing like a family vlog, which means that you're going to have a lot of sporadic content, but I would also make sure that, if you have stuff that people are responding to more, in terms of like your GRWMs, for example, like people aren't responding to that one great, but your challenge video, for example, like at a quick glance here, it looks like people are responding to that one more. So like when you see something like that, I would be like, okay, well, let's see if we can make more challenges because they just responded to this one relatively okay. So let's see if we can make another family challenge and then keep doing those until people stop responding to them, or just mix them in. But like the idea is that when people are watching, your content, you want them to be interested in what it is that you're making next. So like people that watch a challenge video might not necessarily care about a magic Nerf gun. as an example. So because of that, you just have to think, people are watching this, how likely are they to watch, another one of our videos? Because you got to keep them coming back.
Gotta keep them coming back.
Gotta keep them coming back. Dean Reynolds Media says, even though I only have 270 subscribers, could I still
Dean Reynolds
teach people?
is here. What's up, Dean?
Says, could I still teach people how to grow on YouTube? Weird, right? Here's the thing. It doesn't come down to your subscriber count. It comes down to your experience. Yes. So if you have tons of experience working with creators, building channels, all that stuff, if you've built, successful channels, like yourself, you have a successful channel. And by successful, it doesn't have to have millions of subscribers, but like you gotta know what works. Right? Because like a big problem that comes is like if you just start sharing that kind of information and you don't really know what you're talking about, then you're just regurgitating stuff that other people say. And when you're regurgitating stuff that other people say, then you don't really have an understanding of what it is that you're talking about. And you're just kind of just being a repeater, so to speak. So technically you can do that, but you're not really going to be serving anybody in that situation. So in my personal opinion, like I would get that experience. If you have that experience, then go for it. Like for example, like Matt Geelan, when he first started, like people might have looked at his channel and been like, oh, why is this guy making videos about this stuff? But he's just a super smart dude when it comes to YouTube and how all this stuff works. He's worked with like the biggest companies in the world. He's worked with and helped them grow their YouTube channels. So because of that, he can come in with no subscribers, talking about how to grow your YouTube channel and like basic practices or best practices and advanced techniques and all that stuff, talking about algorithms and how all that stuff works, because he knows what he's doing, and he knows what he's doing as soon as he comes into it, which gives him the right, or not the right, but it just gives him the ability to share information. But if you don't have that, then in my opinion, you shouldn't be telling other people, because if you are somebody that just regurgitates information, then what's going to happen is you are going to be telling things that you hear. You're going to be telling people things that you watched in a video that might not necessarily be true, and then you're going to start repeating that stuff, which then is going to lead people in the wrong direction with their channels. For example, there are people out there making YouTube videos about how to grow on YouTube that are telling people to use software that, and I just made a tweet about this week. They're telling people how to use, or they're telling people to use this specific piece of software that is against the terms of service of YouTube. And there are also other channels out there telling people how to grow on YouTube, and their tactic is just go and leave a bunch of comments on channels spamming your YouTube link, which is also against the terms of service, and it'll get a channel terminated. So because of that, like if you don't know this stuff, then it's a good idea to make sure that you learn it a little bit before, or a lot before you start sharing the information.
What's up, Professor Nez?
Professor Nez in the house. So since Professor Nez is here, I just want to
super chat.
I just want to say what's up, Professor Nez, and that's also going to be my breaker to quickly remind everybody that we are doing a Vid Summit ticket giveaway, and that Vid Summit takes place on October 15th through the 17th in Los Angeles, California. It is a video marketing conference that you need to go to if you're a YouTuber and you're trying to actually make this into something. So with this contest, if you didn't hear us say it before, if you're just joining us right now, this contest, what you have to do to enter is you have to make a creative video under 2 minutes, and you have to post that video nominating another creator that you think should go to Vid Summit with you, and why you think that they should get a free ticket. The best video will be chosen by Dee and myself. Submissions close Saturday, the 21st of September, and you want to submit videos to us via Twitter using the hashtag #NimminatiVidSummit. Now, with this, the first 2 videos, or the 2 best videos, they're going to get 2 tickets each. And that ticket is going to be for the video creator and for the person that they nominated. And then all of the runners-up are going to get virtual. We have 10 virtual tickets to give away. So the runners-up, the 10 runners-up are going to get 10 virtual tickets. Now, if you already have a ticket and you win, you don't get refunded, but you do have the ability to give that ticket to somebody else. So the best 2 go in person, 10 runners-up get virtual tickets, and that is for Vid Summit 2019, October 15th through 17th in Los Angeles, California.
And everything he just said is down in the description, so you can go down and read it.
Yes.
Make those videos. You have a week.
Make those videos, y'all.
If you can't make it to Vid Summit physically, if you can't go there, at least try to get the virtual ticket, because you can get to watch live.
Want this information.
You get to watch live the actual sessions, the talks that are happening, high-level stuff, and you can also watch the replays of that.
Yeah, and Magic Prepper just dropped the hashtag in there so you can see it.
Yeah. Thank you.
How to improve your gaming channel on YouTube. Do you mean your gaming channel on YouTube? So we're not actually looking at channels right now, but one thing that I can tell you is if you are just doing, it's at the very bottom of the description, Travis. If you are just doing like Let's Plays, for example, then one thing that you have to do is you have to find other ways that you can actually bring people into your content. So Let's Plays, if you've already got some traction going, you can get those suggested a bit. But if you are just starting and you are just getting everything, moving along, then you need to make some type of content, be it guides. If you're doing gaming content to where like you have like a specific character and you give all the information for that specific character and talk about their strengths and weaknesses and all that good stuff. If it's like how to beat specific levels or something like that, like you have to be on the. Thanks for that SM Vibe saying that they love the videos. I appreciate it.
Super chat.
But you also have to make sure that you are giving some type of value to the people that are watching your content. So when they come in your content and they're watching you play your game or share the information that you're sharing or whatever it is, like you have to look at that and say, what are people getting out of this? And the more that you do that, and the more you focus on and adding to the experience that people are having when they're watching your content, the better off your channel is going to do overall. Like it's really easy to get caught down here in the weeds, like nitpicking all of the little things and all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, you need to step above the weeds, just stand up and just say, okay, this comes down to like my content. It comes down to my content, how good my content is, and my ability to get people or my content in front of people. The ability to make the right content choices that are going to get my content in front of the most people possible. Because it's real easy to get stuck down here nitpicking on the details, which are important, but you don't want to get trapped nitpicking. Right, D?
Nitpicking.
Gaming Pidgets Let's Plays says, I struggle finding motivation to record because I'm always so tired from being a full-time college student. How can I get motivated without coffee? So
you can't. There's the thing. You can't.
You're a student. You should know this. So in terms of your motivation to record, here's the thing. You don't have to make YouTube videos. There, I said it. You don't have to make YouTube videos. If you're in school and it's something that's like a stressor to where it's like, like I would like to do this and, this would be fun to do. And, I think I should make content, but you can't find the motivation. That simply means that, okay, even though you're tired from school, and I understand, but if you can't find the time or you can't make that an important part of what it is that you do, then it's not as important to you as you might think that it is. Because if it was, then you would be trying to make the efforts in order to make it happen. So because of that, thinking like, okay, I'm motivated or I'm not motivated because I'm so tired. Well, it could also be that you're just not motivated because it's not as important. Because if it was something else, like I bet you when your friends hit you up and they're like, hey, we're going out tonight, you want to come?
Oh, they have time for that.
I bet you have energy for that.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just coming out with that priority on, like what's the most important in your life right now. And that's not saying that, you should never do content, or not even saying that you should stop now. What I'm saying is that, you just should evaluate like how important it is. And then once you evaluate and you're like, what, this is important to me, then start thinking of what is it that you actually want to accomplish with your YouTube channel? Why are you making videos in the first place? And start setting some goals for yourself, just like you do in school. Start setting some goals for yourself and be like, okay, this is what I'm trying to accomplish with this channel. So now that I have this goal, I have something to actually chase for. I have a reason to do this. Then you start finding that motivation to actually do it. What'd you say?
I was going to say, a lot of people just say they don't have time.
Yeah.
And I just think that's, like we all have the exact same time throughout the day. Mm-hmm. And people actually here, if you are able to pump out at least one video per week and you've got a full-time job or you're at school or maybe you have a family, if you have kids, type in yes in the chat right now.
Yeah.
And if you're thinking, hey, Tony, how's it going, man? If you're thinking that you don't have time, watch all these people who come in here and say yes, because they're managing their family, they're managing a full-time job, maybe 2 jobs, right? They have these things to do. The problem is you don't know how to manage your time correctly. However busy you may be, and you might be really busy, you need to take like a legit minute-by-minute audit of your week.
Yeah.
And find out, okay, where am I wasting time and where can I spend time to make content? Maybe you're wasting time, maybe you commute to work. Maybe you drive 6 hours a week to work, right? Maybe vlog in your car, right? Or maybe you spend a lot of time in the back of an Uber. Maybe you can spend that time to research videos. You got to think about, where do I have downtime And then how can I use that downtime to make content? The time is there. Nobody is that busy, right? Unless you're like a Navy SEAL or something, nobody is that busy. There's a ton of people in here that, yes, they've got families, they've got kids, they've got jobs. Walter's World, 2 channels, family with 2 kids, full-time job, and fanboying on the Nimmin brothers. Right?
Right.
I'm going to read that again.
And he still gets it done. Right.
He has 2 channels, a family with 2 kids, full-time job, fanboying on Nimmin brothers, and let's look, he has a travel channel.
And he travels.
He travels all over the world.
Yeah.
He travels all over the world. And he's got a very successful channel. I mean, he's got the check next to his name, right? Yep. Like, that tells you right there. Family with 2 kids, full-time job.
Same with Roger. Roger right here. He has a plumbing company that he runs, and then he also uploads videos on a regular basis to YouTube. He's live streaming on LinkedIn all the time. He's actively engaged on Twitter. He's going to all these different conferences all over the country so that he can learn more and network more and all that good stuff. So, that's another situation to where he's actually running a company also, and he, is doing all this stuff, and, he has his, wife and, all that as well. So, and so Walter's World, Roger, and everybody else in the chat.
Jan 34. I have 4 children, and I still find time to make videos.
There we go.
Right? It's not that you don't have time. It's just that you don't understand time management.
Yeah.
You don't have time management skills. How about that?
Yeah.
You have time. You just don't have time management skills.
Yeah, and just prioritizing too, because again, right. It just right now might not be the right time. Like if you have to fight to make content, where it's like, oh man, I have to make myself make some content, then maybe you should just reevaluate, why it is that you are making content.
The Urban Explorer has 5 kids.
I don't think so.
Wow.
Does he really?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Wow, dude. That's probably like 3 kids too much.
Roberto Blake says that this guy that has a secret channel that's saying that he's Roberto Blake says that MKBHD grew his channel the entire time he was in middle school through college and played competitively, sports competitively.
Yeah. Time management and how bad do you want it? Yep. Are you willing to prioritize? Look, if you want to like come home and like relax for an hour and watch Netflix, you do that.
Yeah.
You absolutely do what you need to do for your mental health. That is first and foremost the most important thing that all of us can do as humans. But you can't at the same time say I don't have time.
Right.
So figure out where your time's going. Tim Schmoyer has 7 kids. Exactly. He has a tribe.
Right.
He has a small army of children.
Yeah, and he makes it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in addition to his channel and the videos he puts out, he's still, running his business full time and managing all of the stuff that he has going on with that. He's traveling all over the country, all over the world, actually speaking at different events and things like that.
Darryl Lee, Dr. Stent. Darryl Lee has a tribe too.
Yeah,
he's got an army of kids.
Yeah, so it's like, it's time, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here's the funny thing: I don't have any kids, and I still struggle for time.
But we spend a lot of time hanging out at like Starbucks and just kind of chilling at the mall and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So, we definitely blow way too much time for sure. But it's good though. Like I enjoy my life. I enjoy my day-to-day experience. So.
But I'm not complaining about not having time.
Right.
I know where I waste my time, and I'm okay with that.
Right.
I'm totally okay with that.
Right.
Because
it's part of like designing your lifestyle is that you make those lifestyle choices.
I worked hard most of my adult life so that I could be in a situation to where
you can hang out at Starbucks.
To where I could just do whatever I wanted to do.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Fazzy FIQ. FIQ, interesting, says, well, hello.
Well, hello there.
Hello there. Hi.
Hey, good looking.
Hey, didn't see you over there. Says, I have a question about how to grow a channel. I started YouTube on 24th of August last month. Welcome to YouTube. And today I already have 73 subscribers. Well done. But most of my subscribers...
You're going to say 73 kids.
No.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it just started in August.
Right.
But most of my subscribers are my friends and family. I got a pretty decent views, by the way. I'm a gaming YouTuber, so I know... So can I know how to make more people recognize my channel and make videos searchable? Plus, I live in Malaysia and I speak English most of the time in my videos. So can I know if I should speak English or stay with my own language, Malay, for my videos? My goal is to reach 1,000 subs before 2020. Just saying, I would appreciate for your reply. Okay, so in terms of the language, it's your call. But I'm not sure how good your English is. If your English is really, if it needs a lot of work, then in that particular case, then I would just stay in your local language. And the reason for that is because the English market is extremely competitive because English is a more global language, and because of that, people all over the world are making videos in English, which makes everything in English a lot more competitive. I know locally here in Thailand, because I have a few people that I know here in Thailand that have larger channels, and they all say the same exact thing in terms of like the ease. Not that it's easy, but that it's a lot easier here, just because the competition in the local language isn't that fierce. So it leaves a lot of room for opportunity. So because of that, I would definitely target your own language for now, unless your English is fluent or really close to it.
Like for me, if I'm going to watch a channel where somebody might not be fluent in English and they're kind of struggling to get it out, you better be really good.
Yeah.
Like you better bring value. Like other people cannot bring value, because if I have to like figure out what you're saying or like what, no, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that. There's too many other channels out there.
Right. Too many good options. Right.
Too many options.
And also in terms of making your videos searchable, things like that. I have videos on that, so just watch the videos because they go more in depth than I will do here. But definitely go watch some of my videos on SEO. Go watch Brian G. Johnson's videos on SEO. Watch Brian Dean's videos on SEO. I think Roberto Blake also has some on his normal channel, not his secret channel. Secret channel. But like the people that make content like mine, and other people just in general have tons of information on ranking your videos in search and things like that. All right. Next up on our list, we have Zenturion XYZ. That's a fun name.
Zenturion sounds like a cool name.
I'm at 120 subscribers. My click-through rate lifetime is 4.7, 4.9 in the last 28 days. What is a good click-through rate for my channel my size? It has nothing to do with your channel size. A good click-through rate is a click-through rate that will get you a lot of impressions on YouTube, and it's not just the click-through rate. Like you can have a high click-through rate, but everything else sucks, which will then cause your video to tank. You can have a high click-through rate, but then people will land on your video. They'll watch it for 10 seconds, and then they're out of there. That will cause your video to tank. So what you want to look at is you want to look at your click-through rate. You also want to look at how much watch time you're getting per viewer, how they're responding to your video specifically, and you want to look at how much YouTube is actually promoting your content. You do that by looking at your impressions in your analytics. Now, a lot of people will only look at their impressions, and they'll only look at their click-through rate and all this other stuff. They'll only look at it on the since published view, but you want to narrow these things down, especially if you're going back in time. Like, let's say you want to go look at a video that you put out 3 weeks ago, and you're going in and you're making that decision on if you should update things. Hey, should I change my title? How's this video doing now? That kind of thing. Then what you need to do is you need to go back into those older videos, and you need to narrow down your date range, and you need to say, okay, well, how's this video doing now? Not since I published, but how's this video doing now? And then say, okay, well, do I need to modify this or not? Also, keep in mind that when you put out a video, and if it doesn't do amazing at first, or maybe it does amazing and then it takes a dip, that doesn't mean that you necessarily have to change anything. It could just mean that you just have to wait, because then that video might end up coming back on the back end, so to speak.
I keep hitting the wrong thing, man.
That's okay.
Super chat.
So Renata, real quick, says, I'm Brazilian too.
Thank you, Rock Climbing Grandma.
I'm Brazilian, and I have 2 channels, one in English and one in Portuguese, and my English channel does much better. So your English is probably pretty good then.
Nice. Yeah, it's good.
But that's a smart way to do it. That's a smart way to do it.
Split them up. Yeah.
Professor Nez says he's getting trolls on his accent. What? You don't have an accent. Does Nez? Peter doesn't have an accent.
No, I don't think so.
No, I've never noticed an accent.
Caracola Bella says, I speak 2 languages, English and Spanish, but I don't really talk in my videos. I'm hoping to do so soon. Yeah, nice.
Rock climbing grandma. Adios. Gracias.
Yeah, so if your videos... okay,
you
you don't talk in your videos, so it's okay. Okay, I was going to say, if you are going to do another language, I would definitely separate those channels.
I love her name, by the way. Rock climbing grandma.
That's good.
I love that. Cheers.
Okay, next question
that just paints such a picture.
It does.
Right?
And hey, I want to let you know also, like, anybody that's leaving questions in the forum, like, if for whatever reason we don't get to them during the live stream, this is also another place for my podcast. This is another place that I'm pulling questions from that I can answer in my podcast that you can see right here. So just as a heads up, if we don't answer it here, it might, if it's a good question, something that I think people need to know or something that I don't have videos about or something like that, then there's a really good chance that sometime it will be answered in the podcast. So just be mindful of that. So if you do have a question here and if it doesn't get answered sometime in the show, you still want to leave those questions in there, because there's a chance that I might answer them through either my podcast that I have now that you can download here on your favorite podcasting platform of choice. It's called Comments Over Coffee, or Dee and I are also going to be launching a podcast soon as well, and it might be talked about there also, because we're going to be pulling from all these different sources in terms of the information that we're going to be sharing with you.
So Melomatic says, "Hey Nick, did you happen to see the question on my super chat?"
Let me refresh real quick.
Melomatic,
and I will go and find it. Let's see here. Melomatic.
What do you have, Peter? Yeah, I don't think you have an accent, man.
Oh, okay. So thanks for all the value that you guys have, or thank you for all the value, you guys. I appreciate it. Any plans to continue your game channel series, Nick? Yeah, actually, I do plan to continue some gaming specific videos. Those will probably be coming out in October. I'm actually hoping to get Matt Geelan, because we have one collaboration coming up. I think it's this coming week or next week. And then he's actually had tons of experience with gaming channels. So I'm wanting to get him on as well to talk specifically to the gamers that watch my channel, also with some gaming specific information. So yes, I do plan on continuing that series.
Are you bringing a translator for him?
Oh, for Matt, no.
He's such a smart dude.
He is. Zach Goldstein says, let's see here. They've been making videos since Mother's Day of 2019. What elements make a good title and thumbnail that will evoke emotions of interest when they see the thumbnail and the title? So basically, this is going to be different for whatever specific type of content that you make. So what you want to think
really
about,
need to know your audience here.
Yeah. So what you want to think about, one really good method for this is to go through, bust out an Excel, bust out a spreadsheet or Google Sheets, whatever you want, and go through and look at all of the videos that you see in your specific space that are getting results. Now, of course, you want to factor in, like, if it's a really big channel, then they're going to get, in most cases, they're going to get results that are much better than yours right out of the gate if you're just starting out, just because they have that, can send all that data. But what you want to do is you want to look at the channels that are doing well and the things that people are responding to. And even with the big channels, they know how to get that response, which is why they do things the way they do.
Marcus, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, man? But you want to look at those channels, and you want to basically just start writing down titles, and you want to start looking for, like, what are some things that they're saying that are getting people to connect here, and you want to start theorizing on why you think that people are responding to the specific titles and thumbnails that they're putting out. And then basically, once you have all of that information together for your specific type of content, then you want to start saying, okay, well, if this is what all of these different channels are doing, these are the things that I'm starting to notice that a lot of them do in terms of how they're structuring things or the specific topics they go after or whatever, then you start saying, okay, well, I'm going to start putting together this list of these particular trigger words that they use, so that I can have this as kind of like a go-to for the titles that I'm going to go to for getting a response. Now, when it comes to thumbnails, as an example, you also want to look at those, and you want to say, okay, well, how are they structuring their thumbnails? Are they using like really vivid colors? Are they using dull colors? Are they using a lot of people in their thumbnails? Are they using no people? Are they focusing on a product? Are they focusing on just a big word or a couple of big words?
Man,
or a couple of big words? Like, what is it that they are? What is it that they're doing in order to get this response? But part of the thing with doing all this stuff is you really need to understand what's happening in your space, and you really need to analyze the other channels that are making content so that you can start identifying, just as like a blanket rule, what works, and so that you can just start identifying, like the little nuances of the channels that you are up against, so that you can use some of that information to help you grow also.
You know those things that they put around dog collars, like when they just have like
the shocker? Oh, the cone.
Like the cone. I'm gonna put like a cone around your microphone.
You should.
I can build like a little thing.
You should.
Yeah. I'm sitting like I'm looking at it and I'm thinking,
what is the problem with this? Is it just the connection here on the back?
I don't know if it's I think it's maybe in the microphone, but I mean it could be just like the cables just have loose. Could you just keep hitting it from a certain angle?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. Like if I hit it from back here, it'll go. If I hit it from the side, it'll go. Yeah, not sure.
That's the second cable.
Magic Prepper. Yeah, that first one was really bad. Magic Prepper says that they've been on YouTube for 5 months. I've been side by side with similar channels since the beginning, yet my subscriber growth is way behind theirs. I also accumulate a lot of passive views, but I failed to net subs in the process. I have a watermark in screens, and I've started asking, any ideas on what is causing this? Should I be more focused on the fact that I'm getting views? One, be focused on the fact that you're getting views, but there's nothing wrong with wanting to improve. A couple things that I want you to keep in mind for your mind state. Actually, one big thing is that it's important to know what's happening in your space. I actually just talked about that. It's important to know what's happening in your space just to kind of give you like a general gauge of what's going on, the response people are getting and all of that. But you also don't have back-end information. Like, you don't have access to the stats of the people that you're going up against. And because of that, like, you don't know exactly what's happening on their channel. So you don't really have like a gauge on, like, if I make this video and they make that video and their video does better, like, I don't know why, because you can't see the information. Like, you can't see the analytics behind that video that did better, even though you guys made a video about the same thing. So because of that, it's really good for your mind state to, yes, be aware of what's happening and what's working with others, but at the same time, don't get discouraged or don't like stress out if you're not necessarily like keeping up, because what that typically means is that their videos are just, they're getting a better response. They're performing better than yours. It can also mean, because you made the thing here saying that they're similar channels and similar size, but they're starting to lift and you're not. So what that typically means is that either the content decisions that they're making are hits with the audience that you guys are all trying to serve, or that means that the data that they're feeding into YouTube is more positive than yours. And what I mean by that is people are clicking on their thumbnails more, they're clicking on their titles more, they're watching the videos for longer periods of time, they're sharing their content more, all of that stuff. Other things as well. Because you don't know, because you don't have access, like, they can be getting, like, if they have an Instagram following or a following on TikTok or another platform, like where you publish a video and you're just using YouTube, they could publish a video and they could be like, hey, everybody on TikTok, go over there and watch my video. Even if it's only 100 followers, they might be able to get 50 of those people or 25 of those people to go over and give them that little bit of an edge. And then they do that same exact thing on Instagram, and they do it in their Facebook group or on their Facebook page, right? And they basically, ripple that little bit of promotion, and then that would make theirs, take off a little bit more. And if people are responding to that, then they're starting more sessions than you too, which can also help YouTube promote them more as well, because they're bringing new people into the platform. They're starting them on their content. And then if those people, because a percentage of them will get lost in YouTube in terms of watching their video, getting distracted by something in the sidebar, going and clicking on that, and then there they go into the big rabbit hole of YouTube. And basically for all of the time they spend on YouTube, that originating channel is actually getting a little bit of credit for that. So little details like that are things that if you are always comparing and you're like, why are they doing better than me, and you don't know that information in terms of how they're actually getting the better results, then you're just going to be like spitting into the dark, so to speak. So because of that, it's just important to look at your own data and just always try to be better than the next video, and always think out your content in terms of like, okay, what have people responded to in the past? What are they responding to on other channels? How can I put this content together in a way, or make content about certain things within my space that people will really enjoy? And just put a really hard focus on your audience and delivering tons of value to them, making the content that they need and the content that they want, and then you'll start doing better. In terms of being focused on the fact that you're getting views, absolutely, that's a win. The fact that you are making progress, total win. So definitely focus on that.
Wendell Live says, do you think Nick talks this fast when he's not on YouTube? He actually speaks faster.
Yeah.
He's, believe it or not, like when we're just sitting around having a conversation, he's faster than this, quite a bit faster. He's actually like slows it down.
Keep in mind, it's like almost midnight here. So you should see me like about like in my peak times during the day.
After about
I'm
two
like
coffees?
A motor mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I'm just like completely chill. One of the two.
No, he's a motor mouth.
Yeah. But yeah, like if I start getting like into it, then yeah, I can talk fast.
Well, that's the thing. And when anyone gets excited,
yeah,
and he's just excited all day.
No, not all day, but part of it.
Most day.
Magic Prepper says, "Hey, thanks so much for the info. I appreciate the advice quite a bit. It's easy to assume that you're doing something wrong on this platform. It really is. It's always like people are always looking for that. Like I saw a thing today, and basically the quote was that." In everything good, there's something bad. In everything bad, there's something good. And basically, your experience is based on what it is that you choose to look at, right? So the same exact thing applies to YouTube, to where it's like, okay, if you're getting views and all that stuff, that's awesome. But a lot of people, they choose to look at where like this isn't going as fast as I want. So therefore, like I have to be doing something wrong because it's not going as fast as I want. Where in reality, sure, you could be doing something wrong, or you could be, overlooking some things. Without question, that's a reality. However, just seeking to improve all the time is the win versus always thinking that you're doing something wrong, because you might not be doing everything wrong, or you might not be doing anything wrong. It's just you're not getting the growth that you expect at the rate that you expected, right? So there's all of those variables, but just deciding on where it is that you're going to look can really alter your experience in life and on YouTube and what it is that you're doing on YouTube, because if you're constantly looking in the dark hole, so to speak, into the things that are wrong, then in that particular case, or the things that might be wrong, then in that particular case, then you're basically putting this negative cloud over this awesome thing that we have at our disposal, which is YouTube, instead of looking at it for that positive thing that it actually is. All right, so let's see here. Inkling Plays, what's up, man? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to Nimmin Live. This is your first time here. I'm Nick. This is my brother D. We do this almost every Saturday if we're not traveling, so welcome to the show. We've got a bunch of links in the description you should check out.
Speaking of traveling,
we've got stuff.
We got all the stuff. Speaking of traveling, we are heading to Australia next week.
Yep.
So if anybody's in Melbourne, Australia.
Beanie Draws. We're going to be hanging out with Beanie Draws. We're finally going to get to hang out with Beanie Draws. So pumped up for that.
Beanie.
Yep, Beanie Draws. We're going to be hanging out with him.
VidCon Australia.
VidCon Australia, yeah.
Excited
starting on Wednesday, we'll be hanging out with Beanie Draws. Love the positivity. Essie, Chill Cut, I hope I'm saying that right, says, love the positivity. See you at Vid Summit. Yeah, see you at Vid Summit as well. Feel free to sign up for our workshop also. Beanie Draws is like, yep, just down the road from me. Nice.
Just down the road.
Just down the road. Affiliate Marketing MC in the house. What's up, Marcus?
They probably have
that's the Marcus we said what's up to earlier.
Yeah,
what's up, man?
They're
Hope you're
probably
doing well.
passing around like little pictures of Beanie. It's like, if you see this guy anywhere near the VidCon premises, call security.
Yeah, if you see any dinosaurs,
right?
Yeah, call security.
Right.
Yeah.
Any velociraptors, anything that look like this guy,
yeah,
call security.
Right. Hey, Marcus, are you going to Vid Summit this year? He's got like all caps with a bunch of exclamation points. I'm going to assume that's a yes.
Oh, Essie Chokuddy, sorry about your name, says, I can't. I'm one of the security people.
Oh, okay.
You're working security at Vid Summit. Awesome.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
That's really
very
cool.
Let's see. He says security. Yes. Okay, yeah, Marcus is going to. Awesome, man. See you there.
So for Vid Summit security, when you see Beanie Draws come there.
Yeah, you got to keep an ie out for this guy.
Keep an eye out for that guy.
Because he's going to Vid Summit too.
Right. They've already banned him at VidCon Australia. You got to keep an eye out for this guy at Vid Summit. Anybody who's dressed as a dinosaur, just heads up.
Natural Bee Queen says, let's see here. If I mark some of my copyrighted videos as unlisted, will it take away my watch time or my watch time hours? Yeah, if you take something from public to not public, then you basically lose what you gained. However, if they're copyright protected videos, making them unlisted is not going to remove the copyright issue. So just be mindful of that. So like if you already have the problem, then unlisting it isn't going to fix the problem. However, if you unlist it, you will lose the watch time. You will lose the public views from that video.
Hey, do you want to, for people who just joined us, you want to talk about what's going on with the Vid Summit tickets?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go.
So here's what's going on. So Vid Summit comes up in October of this year. 15th through 17th is a video marketing conference for content creators. I'm going to be there. Dee's going to be there. Marcus is going to be there. I think pretty much the entire mod team here on Nimmin Live is going to be there. Roberto Blake's going to be there.
His secret channel will be there.
Yeah, Roberto Blake and his secret channel are coming. Mr. Beast is also going to be there sharing information. Sean Duras is going to be there sharing information. Peter McKinnon is going to be there. Casey Neistat is going to be there. Daryl Eves is going to be there. Like all these people sharing information. Like there's a ton. It's like those are the ones that you know, right? But there's a bunch
more that you know.
And then there's a bunch of there's also a bunch of people like behind the scenes with this stuff that work with like major brands and all that stuff that share the information that works for them and that's working right now. Pat Flynn's going to be there too.
It's an endless amount of people.
Yeah, but
everyone will be there.
Yeah, but if you make content for YouTube, you definitely want to be there. But we are doing a giveaway here on this channel to where we have 4 in-person tickets to give away. We have 10 virtual tickets to give away. So basically how this works is what you need to do in order to qualify for these or to have a chance is you need to make a creative video that's under 2 minutes. You need to post this on your channel that's nominating another creator that you think should go to Vid Summit with you and why. you think that they should get a free ticket. The best video is going to be chosen by us. Submissions close next Saturday on the 21st of September, and you want to submit your videos on Twitter to D and I using the hashtag Nimminati Vid Summit. It'll also be beneficial if you at us as well to just make it easier for us. And with that, how this is going to break down is like the first 2 videos, or the best 2 videos, are actually going to get the 4 in-person tickets, because 1 ticket's going to go to the creator, 1 ticket is going to go to the person that they think should go with them. And basically that's the 2 virtual tickets, or the 4 in-person tickets, and then the 10 virtual tickets are going to be the runners-up. So the next 10 runners-up are going to get the virtual tickets. So that's what's going on, and you definitely want to go there, and you definitely want that information.
Everything he just said is down in the description. Where's it at in the description?
It's at the bottom of the description, or near the bottom.
All right, near the bottom of the description.
Yeah.
Read through that. Make your videos. You've got a week to make them. If you can't make it, if you can't go in person, that's fine. You can still win a virtual ticket.
Yes.
And that's your choice. So if you win first place and you say, hey, I can't go, you can choose to get a virtual ticket. That means you get to watch all the talks happening. You can watch the live stream of the talks happening, and you can watch the replays of the talks happening.
Yeah, and we're also going to be doing like a small, I think it's only about an hour-long live stream here on this channel from Vid Summit.
Thank you, Mr. Casey.
And I think that we are also...
Are we going to stream this time?
For an hour, yep. Yeah, so basically he's got it... yeah, I'll talk to you about it afterwards. So I'm not sure what information is out there. So we're definitely going to be streaming. Yeah, we're definitely going to be streaming for at least an hour during Vid Summit. Yeah,
I know we talked about it last year, but it just didn't happen because it was just there's so much going on, and there's so much excitement, and so many people doing collabs, and you're talking. There's so much going on. We actually just didn't get around to live streaming.
Yeah.
Literally from the time you walk out of your hotel,
it's on.
No exaggeration.
It's on. Talking to people, and
from the moment you leave your room to the moment you get back into your room at night.
Yeah.
And you're probably running
late at night.
Yeah. You're running on 5 or 6 hours of sleep probably the entire time.
And you wake up charged.
Full on. It is
you wake
full
up,
on.
And you wake up, you don't wake up like, at least me, like I didn't wake up like, oh gosh, I just got a little bit of sleep. Let's get downstairs. I wake up like, all right, hey, let's hurry up and get dressed and hop in the shower, shave real quick because I don't want to look like a scrub. Right. So it's like, hey, let me get out of bed, shower, shave real quick, and then get downstairs like as fast as I can so I can take advantage of this situation.
Yeah, like right out of the gate. As soon as you get down to the lobby, there's already people down there, and there's people eating breakfast at the restaurant's just full of YouTubers.
Yeah.
So right out of the gate, you can sit down and eat breakfast with this guy over here. You don't want to eat breakfast with me, but you can sit down.
Yeah,
and
he
eat
chews like a horse.
Hey, speaking of breakfast, Roberto's having like a creator breakfast.
Oh, nice.
He's having a little thing going on while it was going there. So
nice.
Look into that.
Nice. Yeah, Car Galaxy Studios, Kevin, he's actually we're going back and forth loosely about having like a Nimminati thing as well. So that information will still be coming out as we get closer. Also, just as a heads up,
don't want no scrubs.
That's right,
Lindsay.
I don't get the reference. What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I don't understand the reference.
Don't want no scrubs. I'm gonna go home and watch that movie tonight.
Yeah, Other Guys.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah,
so good. Lindsay, have you ever seen The Other Guys?
Of course, yeah. Don't want no scrubs.
Yeah. Like I don't understand the reference.
Yeah,
it's good.
That's got to be. That's one of the funniest movies. I think The Other Guys and Tropic Thunder are probably
Tropic Thunder
probably two of the top comedies like in the past.
For me, Other Guys was like. Yeah, like that's where it's at.
Right.
And even though those were so hilarious, it's either We're the Millers or Meet the Millers.
Okay.
It's just gut splitting hilarious. You would absolutely
Hold
love.
On. I'm getting ready to laugh. So G. Michael Jr. says it was also a song.
What do you mean?
I don't want no scrubs. G. Michael Jr. says it was also a song.
Huh. Yeah, interesting. Never heard it.
Yeah, never heard the song.
Huh.
Don't understand
the reference.
Oh my god, yeah. If you haven't seen The Other Guys, it's a hilarious movie. Just hilarious.
Yes. Yeah, Affiliate Marketing MC says, according to Jexy, come on down to Vid Summit Rocks. There are a few people in recovery there. We can rep the sober channels. Yeah, so that's also another thing, right? In terms of like, like you can, like it's all like fun and family friendly and like all of that good stuff. So
it's totally family. There were literally, and those of you who were watching the live stream last year, and if you weren't there, you saw there were kids, like literally like children were running around. Like parent and family channels are there. They're bringing their kids. Mm-hmm. There were kids climbing. I remember I was live streaming with Dan Norton on Daryl's channel, and there were like a group of kids that hung out with us.
Yeah, I remember that.
For like He was like a dirt bike rider or bicycle racer or something like that.
God, is that the one that like danced in the lobby?
Yeah. What was his name?
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Oh, what was that kid's name?
Oh, look at this. We got a Chiang Mai-based YouTuber in here.
Hey, really? Where?
Bruno Unframed says, let's see here. I'm a Chiang Mai-based YouTuber. I'm going to do a month-long daily vlog. Any advice? Thanks for the content. First off, we should grab a coffee if you are a Chiang Mai-based content creator.
We are in Chiang Mai.
We're in Chiang Mai, so yeah, we should grab a coffee. Hit me up
Talon.
on Facebook or something.
Oh my goodness, Neil!
What?
The kid's name was Talon.
Nice,
Neil. Come
nice.
on.
Look at that, Neil, bringing it back.
Talon, the little
Nice.
Wow, I can't believe you remembered that.
That's
wow.
good.
Oh man, I was like, what was his name? I thought it was Eli, but Talon. Yeah. Talent.
So he says he remembers everything. It's a good skill.
That's good, man.
So basically, here to answer your question,
Echo Gaming, what's up?
Bruno Unframed. So if you are doing a month-long daily vlog, I would think about why it is that you're doing the month-long daily vlog. If you're just doing it for the personal challenge, that's one thing. But on like the channel side of things, like just make sure that the content that you're currently putting out is already getting a response, because like you don't want to be putting out all of this content that is just gonna kind of flood people with your stuff, but if it's not getting a response. So what I mean by that is that the videos that you're currently putting out, make sure that they are make sure they're getting views, and make sure that people are watching them for a little bit and all that, for the sake of making sure that your efforts don't go wasted. Because that daily content thing, I've never done it, but that's a real grind. So you know, unless people are responding to your content, it might not even be advantageous for you outside of the stress of making it, unless you're doing it just for the personal challenge.
TLC. There's a lot of people talking about a TLC song, but I don't.
TLC?
I'm not sure what that means.
Huh? Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, Talon. Wow.
Yeah, maybe
Good
I should.
Good memory, man. Good memory.
Okay, so Zalatube says, I want to use proper titles, description, and tags, but when I see the high-ranking videos, they are using all unrelated tags and still becoming successful. How can I break the market? And yeah, I use TubeBuddy. Okay, so when you look at the high channels and you're just getting started, one of the things, because you've been making videos for a month, one of the things that you are omitting from what it is that you're seeing with the larger channels is that you are taking out No Scrubs is a TLC song. I don't even know TLC.
I don't understand the reference.
I don't get the reference either.
Yeah.
But anyway,
just talk about focus on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah. It's like they're chasing like rainbows or something. It's
right.
crazy.
Waterfalls.
Yeah.
Chasing waterfalls. Yeah.
So, but basically, in terms of
creep onto that next, and
creep on this next one here.
Roberto's creeping in the chat right now. The secret channel.
But basically, like when you're first getting started, like the things that you are overlooking in that situation are
Fly ride.
Like for example, if you've been on YouTube for a month and I've been on YouTube for 5 years, and you and I make a topic, we're both targeting the same people. We both make a video on the same topic. I've been putting out content consistently for the past 5 years, and you've been putting out content for a month. And we both make a video on the same exact topic, and we both target the same exact search term on YouTube. I'm going to win that battle. The reason I'm going to win that battle is because I know how to make content. I know how to make content that gets a response. I know how to optimize my videos for search. And more importantly is I'm going to win that race out of the gate, but you might end up coming and taking that spot from me later. And the reason I'm saying that is when I publish my video, there's a really good chance I'm going within the top like 3 to 5 in that search result, literally within like minutes of me publishing that video.
Yes.
And that counts as Google as well. Like I'm also going to be able to pull traffic from Google at least for a limited amount of time while YouTube is collecting all the data on how people are responding to my video. And that is because as soon as I publish a video, all these notifications go out and people know, hey, Nick just published a video. I'm going to come in and I'm going to watch this, which gives YouTube tons of data to work with on how people are responding to my video, which helps me slide into those spots right away. Now, in terms of if I stay there or not, that all comes down to how people respond to my video. If you, as a subscriber, when I make a video, like for example, the video that I made on how to do a live call-in show, right? When that got presented to most of you didn't click on that video because it's not something that you're really interested in, right? That's like I take content creators, narrowed it down into live streamers, and then narrowed it down into live streamers that even care about having somebody call into their show, right? So I just narrowed that down big time. And by doing that, I alienated a ton of my audience, which caused you not to click on it, which then in turn hurt the performance of that video, which in turn makes that video just not perform well overall. Now, when I make a video on like how to get views, everybody wants to get views, right? We all want to get more views. So those videos, those typically do a lot better, because when you see that, it's like, well, hey, let's see if he's sharing anything new. Maybe, you know, he ran across something new, or maybe he's going to say something in a different way that's going to make me understand it better on how I can get more views. And because that's something that a majority of my audience wants, then those videos typically do better, like right out of the gate. So, you know, there's little things like that as well, that when you're first starting on YouTube, you don't fully have a really deep understanding of how an audience responds to your content yet. And those big channels that you're talking about that are winning those search results, they have an understanding, because they have, you know, hundreds of videos out. They've been doing it for X amount of time, and they just know how to get that result because they've just done it so much. It's repetition, right? So because of that, like when you're first starting out, the worst thing that you can do is compare yourself and the results that you're getting to somebody that has been doing this for a long time, or somebody that's put out a lot of videos, or somebody that has an audience already, because then you're just gonna discourage yourself.
There you go.
All right.
There you have it.
There we have it. All right. So let's see here. Next up on our list, we've got Make Eat Home. Make Eat Home says, what's your opinion about niching down to stand out from others in the same niche? For example, I have a cooking channel, and I niche down by focusing on doing no talking, relaxing cooking videos. It is critical for success that I niche it further down. Is it critical for success to niche it further down and do, let's say, only do cake recipes? Thank you in advance.
It kind of sounds like ASMR cooking.
It does.
A little bit.
So technically, depending on how much people are looking for cake recipe videos, yes, it is possible to build an entire channel around a topic. A good example of this is there's a channel out there that actually built an entire channel just on screen recording. That's it. Their entire channel, screen recording videos. That's all they made content about. And that channel, they've got, what, 200-something thousand subscribers now, I think?
Talking about Rob's?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got...
Yeah, but he's
over
got
200.
He's got tons of subscribers on the channel, and all it is screen recording videos. So, you know, like when you
specifically iOS screen recording videos, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay, so it goes even farther.
Yeah, I think he's specifically niched down on that. I could be wrong, but I think it's iOS specific.
Okay, but that goes to show you in terms of like the power of, you know, just being hyper focused. Now, do you want to just make cake recipe videos? That's the other side of it, right? Because yes, you want to do what works, but on the other side of it, it's like, okay, well, 500 videos later, I'm still making cake recipe videos.
Right.
Are you going to go crazy? Right. You have to answer that question. Do you want to make 500, cake recipe videos? If the answer is yes, then you might want to consider just being like the cake recipe channel on YouTube. So, just keep that in mind.
There's nothing wrong with that being known as
nothing at all.
Hey, this is
being known for something is really important.
Like, hey, this is the cake lady. This is the cake dude.
Right.
Right.
Hey, here's the mobile guy. Right. Hey, here's Roger. He's the plumber guy.
Yeah. He's the expert plumber.
Right.
No, Roger, he's not even the plumber guy. He's the expert plumber.
Right.
He's not even a plumber. He's the expert plumber. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Nimminati.
Just Edie, welcome to the channel membership. Make sure that you hop on Facebook and you look for Nimminati VIP in Facebook, and make sure you answer the questions on the way in, because I actually, make sure that everybody that's requesting is an actual member, because it's members only. And also make sure you check the community feed as well, because there's some stuff in there for you. For everybody else, make sure that if you haven't yet, that you download my podcast and listen to it if you want to learn about YouTube over a cup of coffee, tea, or whatever your favorite beverage happens to be, because that's what my podcast is. It's basically answering comments out of my YouTube comments and from these forums that we do in the live streams and other YouTube communities online. And the idea is basically just short form. I answer a comment, and then I answer another comment, and sometimes it's just a straight answer. Other times it is a answer to where, like I'll read a comment, and it's something that I want to say based on that comment, but it's something that wouldn't really be appropriate for my channel. So because of that, then I'll mention it in the that comment will spawn that thought, and then I'll talk about that comment. So definitely make sure that you download that. Links to iTunes and to Spotify are down in the description. Anywhere else, just look for Comments Over Coffee and you'll find it.
You're right there. Whoa. I tried to take the camera off
but
of you.
But you focused it on me instead.
But I focused it on you instead.
Yeah, that was good.
Right? So you know what? Because I've got all this. I've tried to. Here's the problem. I've tried.
Flyride says that my voice over the sound of a lawnmower is an amazing experience. Yeah, good.
That's what I used to tell him when we were kids.
Yeah.
I used to put him on the back of the John Deere lawnmower and we'd drive around. I said, cough for me.
Yeah.
There's just something about his soothing cough.
Yeah.
And the sound of a rotary blade underneath you.
And grass allergies. Yeah. That were making me break out in hives.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, that's good.
No, so I've memorized a lot of these buttons on the Stream Deck, but every now and then I misplace a finger.
Mm.
So, you know.
That's why there's fingers laying around all over the place. It makes sense now.
I misplace a digit.
Fatima Martucci says, I've been watching a lot of your videos, learning so much. Please, what's your best advice for upcoming YouTuber who wants to grow their channel and create a niche that will help reach monetization? Thanks. Okay, a couple things I'm going to tell you. One,
here we go.
Know what you want out of YouTube. Two is to make sure that you keep your viewers in mind when you're making your content. Know what you want, keep your viewers in mind, and consistently make content. Keep putting content out on a regular basis.
Thank you, Roger. Much appreciated, brother.
3 is to learn YouTube. Learn, like, go through YouTube Creator Academy, watch my videos, watch other videos, like mine that talk about YouTube, so you can get an understanding for YouTube. Roger, thank you for the super chat, man. We appreciate it. Saying thank you guys for all the great information that you always share. Thank you.
And for those of you who are wondering, look at Roger's profile picture right there in the chat, and then you'll notice this right here. This is Roger on my hat. Might look a little familiar there. I love it. It's like the coolest thing ever.
Logo, like on Earth.
Yeah, I love that.
I agree. Professor Walters says, for those of us with day jobs that won't let us hop over to LA for Vid Summit, what are your suggestions for some other conference? Oh, okay. This was his from Walter's World that we already answered this particular one, saying what conferences to go to and all of that stuff.
Oh, you already answered that one, yeah.
Okay. The Kush Puppy says, how do you get a TubeBuddy discount code specific to my channel to give to my subscribers, please? To use alongside my affiliate link so I can direct them over and give them, say, 10% off for an example. In that particular case, what you want to do is you want to contact TubeBuddy and see if they can work something like that out for you. For everybody else, install TubeBuddy free at tubebuddy.com/Nimmin. All right. Timon says,
Dr. Sten, that's a great idea. I should glue little plastic bumps to these. You know how you can get those little rubber feet that you can put on things? I should get a couple of those, or I should score these with like a razor blade or something, or just melt them and put stamps in them to where I can feel the buttons.
Or you just need one in the corner. You just need one to put your pinky on, and then everything else will fall into place.
Yeah, like a focus button.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I'm going to think about that. I can probably make that happen. Sorry about that. I just like Dr. Sten sent me on that. Yeah.
Hey, it's all right, man. I'm right there with you. It's okay.
Ball.
It's all right. Hey, it's all right. It's how we do it here. What's up, Ludwig? What's up, man? Okay, so let's see. Our next question is from Timon. Timon says, I make videos about graphic design. There are many people who want logo design for free or very little money. What is the best way to show?
Chat.
Boom. Real quick, let me hop onto that. See here, you are all awesome. Thank you, Fast Squatch Games. We appreciate that. Thank you very much for your kind words. Okay, I make videos about graphic design. Many people want a logo design for free or for very little money. What is the best way to show that I am a freelance graphic designer who asks an average price for a logo without telling the exact prices? So what you want to do in that particular situation is build a website and basically direct people to that website. Now, if you want to be taken seriously, I would not put something on like DeviantArt, for example, would not be a good place to do this. Like if you want to present yourself in a professional manner, build a website, and on that website have a form that gives a general idea of what you charge. Now, I don't know why you're hiding your prices, but if you want to hide your prices, then go for it. It's your call. But in that situation, then I would definitely have your portfolio on there. I'd have different ways to contact you there. I'd have your social media there. And I would also have a form that says, you know, if you want to quote, and basically what you would want to do in this situation is you'd want to fill it out and basically say, because of, all of the different needs that happen with a logo, the prices can fluctuate considerably. So because of that, so I can give you the most accurate quote for what it is that you're looking for. Then, fill out the form below, and I'll contact you as soon as I receive it within, 8 hours, 24 hours, whatever your personal window is. So I would do that so that you can basically direct people from your channel over to your website, which gives them that professional, experience on your website. And then you have that contact form there. You explain why you don't give exact prices, and then you basically, try to encourage them to submit their information into the form so that you can get back to them and then hop on a call or whatever to work out the details of what it is that they want. As a freelance graphic designer, and I also want to tell you this, there's going to be tons of people that are going to try to nickel and dime you like crazy. But what you want to do is you want to say, okay, well, they're nickel and diming me, but I'm going to try to charge more. And when you do that, you're going to be surprised at how much more people will pay than what you might be starting out with right now. So, like a lot of people when they first start, doing like graphic design, they'll charge like way down here, like $5 for a logo, right? But, if you really are good at what it is that you do, charge money for it. Even if you have to take different avenues to find customers, charge money for it. If you're good at what you do, charge money for it. Okay, let's see here. Next up, we've got Joande Life says, what do you think about daily vlogging? Is it better? And can you review my thumbnails? Okay. Daily vlogging is only, well, it depends on what you're trying to do, but daily vlogging is solid if you are, just wanting to put out a bunch of content, learn about YouTube, and have fun vlogging and all that good stuff. Now, if it's better, it's only better if people are responding to your content and if your particular audience actually watches your daily content, or they keep coming back and a lot of people are watching your daily content. So it can be better. On the flip side of that, it can also be worse. So if you are wanting to do a daily vlog, then in that case, what I would do is I would do a daily vlog for, like a month or so and see how people respond to it and then go from there. But it's really important to make sure that if you're doing it for the sake of getting results, that your content is high response content, because YouTube does not work like it used to in terms of, I'm just going to put a bunch of content out there and that's how I'm going to win, because YouTube is just going to show a bunch of stuff to just people in general. Everything is fine-tuned now to where everything is based on how people are responding to what it is that you're doing. So you cannot win by just by brute force of just uploading a lot of content. It has to be something that people respond to. If they don't respond, uploading daily is not gonna be of benefit to you outside of the learning experience of doing it. Does batching content, this is from IG from Steve, does batching content reduce the quality of the videos as you get tired while batching a whole bunch of videos? If you notice yourself to where you have like a, man, after like 3 videos I'm whooped, then in that case just batch 3. If you say, okay, well, I get tired after 3, but I think I can squeeze in 5, to where there's not like a real noticeable difference in my energy and all that stuff, then go for it. Like sometimes, and you can also be surprised at their result, to where like you might think like, hey, I'm coming across like, I feel like a little bit tired, but then like by the time the video's edited and you put things together, the way that you like your videos to be put together, like you'd be surprised at how good your energy might come off in video. Another thing that can be beneficial is it might also show you that, hey, for whatever reason, these videos where my energy is a little bit lower, people are responding to these better.
I've had that happen, exactly.
Right? So you might want to, kind of, still keep doing that, just so you can make sure that, the stuff that you think, where you're more high energy or whatever, to make sure that you are trying that because that's what you like to do, but also just making sure that, hey, that's what the audience is responding to. In terms of personally, like, like if you just feel exhausted and you're like, oh man, I'm just beat and I just don't want to make another video, then in that case, just give yourself a break. Either push a little bit and do one more, or just give yourself a break and be like, hey, I made 3 videos today, I made 4 videos today during my batch session. So, I'll reserve some other time later in the week or tomorrow or next week or whatever to continue making videos.
Yeah, some videos that I've made and people even comment in the comments like, wow, are you a little bit tired today? Those actually end up having sometimes longer audience retention.
Nice. It's funny. I have videos where Vigard,
right,
where he'll send me a message and be like, hey, you doing okay? You seem pretty like beat in this video. And I'm like, yeah, I made that video at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Right. I was exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's a funny thing. And I think I was talking with Leela. I don't know if Leela's still in the chat or not, but we were talking on Twitter today because she was talking about just how noisy it is in her environment for shooting. I was explaining how we're directly under a flight path to the airport, right? And directly next door.
Yeah, he has. He's only said it one time. He's like, oh, come on, I've only said that one time. He has, yeah.
So like right outside, so we have the airplanes that fly over, but they don't fly over late night. Like I think they stop at like 1 a.m. or something like that, and they resume at like 6 a.m. And then they build a bar right outside of our door. So if we open the door, we're like elevated here. We're in a building. And if we open the door, there's an outdoor bar with live music that plays until like 12 or 1 a.m. every night, and it's pretty loud. So a lot of time, and then you come in here in the daytime, and they're doing construction around the building. So there's like jackhammering, you know what it is, like in a condo type building. So like the only time
What's up, Cookie Monster Moon?
The only time I can actually record is usually between like 1 a.m. and like 6 a.m. if I want like total quiet. And so
Quiet,
hate noise. Like, so I'm exhausted sometimes. So people say, hey, you look all tired in your video. Same thing. I'm like, well, yeah, it was like 3 a.m. when I recorded the video. Yeah. But you know what? You got to do it. Like, that's your time.
That's it.
That's your time.
You got that window.
Yeah, that's my window. And then if I do record earlier, then I have to deal with like removing sounds and stuff like that. But whatever. It's what you got to do.
It's what you got to do.
It's what you got to do.
And on that note, I want to thank everybody for hanging out today. I hope that you have learned some good information here today. Dee and I are leaving for VidCon Australia here in a few days, so we're going to wrap this up so we can get some additional stuff done before we head out. So thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out in the live stream today. Mods, thank you for doing your thing and holding the fort down. And remember about the Vid Summit giveaway. The information for that is down in the description below. And also remember the Creators Advantage Workshop, and make sure that you get the podcast, that you it's free. You can learn about YouTube on the go. It's called Comments Over Coffee. Make sure that you download that, and make sure if you are listening to it that you give it a review, and definitely leave some text feedback in there too, because that helps me get it out in front of more people, because then iTunes is like, hey, people are responding to this. So kind of like YouTube. So I would appreciate any feedback that you can give me on that. D?
Yep. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks everyone who wished me congratulations for hitting 50,000.
Yeah.
Thanks for the great questions today. We had really good questions today.
Really
good questions today.
We did.
Moderators, thank you.
And if your question wasn't answered, if it's a really good question, there's a really good chance that it'll end up in the podcast sometime in the near future.
Moderators, thank you for all that you do. And again, please, I urge you, go down and read the description about the Vid Summit tickets. Even if you can't go in person, at least get the virtual tickets, because there's a ton of information. Vid Summit was an absolute game changer for me. I learned so much. Like
just that conversation with Justin and Mike, like the night before it even started.
So here's something that here's something that happened. So my first night, those of you probably know Justin Brown Primal Video, right? If you do, type in yes. If you don't, you're missing out. So before Vid Summit even started, the night before, we were hanging out in it's like a bar lobby area where they were having the summit last year. And I had a conversation with Justin. For like an hour, he sat there and explained to me this entire money-making process that they have outside of YouTube. Information you don't get normally. You don't just find this information on YouTube in such detail. And you build that relationship with people to the point that we came back from Vid Summit. Then they hopped on a call and screen shared and walked us through the entire process.
It was like a 2 hour,
that
would have cost. Yeah, that probably would have cost like a $2,500 call or something.
Yeah, exactly. As a stranger, if I would have hit him up and said, "Hey man, can I pay you to walk through the process?" That would have been $2,500 phone call.
Yeah,
and information that I got in the lobby. But that's the sort of stuff that just shared. In
the conversations,
just in the conversations in the
free.
lobbies, over breakfast, over dinner,
yeah,
for free. People are just sharing that information left and right. I mean, it was an absolute game changer for me, and I urge you to try to win these tickets. Try to go if you can go. And for those of you who will be there, I'm looking forward to hanging out with all of you guys.
Yeah,
and Fly Ride, I still owe you a drink. All right, moderators, thanks again, and everybody, I will be streaming tomorrow on my channel.
Mm-hmm. You can subscribe to D down in the description below.
Yeah, and hey Dow, how's it going? And I will see you guys. No, we're not streaming next weekend.
No,
unless
we'll be at VidCon, unless we just do it from a phone or something. We might stream next weekend, but we'll keep you posted. Just pay attention on Twitter, and we'll let you know on Twitter if we're going to be streaming or not.
Yeah, otherwise I'll see you tomorrow, and we are stopping right now.
Thanks for watching Nimmin Live, brought to you by TubeBuddy. Remember to follow us on your favorite social media platforms. Have a great week.